Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's the Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, 203. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Weather is warming up here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather today, in fact.
88 degrees and sunny in SoCal, baby.
Wow. Oh, it's SoCal. I thought you said in SoCal.
Yeah, in SoCal.
He said SoCal. He said in SoCal.
I was in Southern California.
Yeah, I know.
He's here now.
Come on back.
Yeah, but I brought the weather with me.
Well, thank you, Jamie.
See?
You also brought some dubs.
Hell yeah.
These St. Louis Blues can't be stopped.
No, that's it.
Nor
Lord of
will
the
they.
Rings. We're there. What do you do? What?
Man,
What's your problem?
I'm not
4 in a row, 5 out of their last
Carey
6.
hates this. He hates it. Yeah, wait, let me finish. He's not
Carey
wrong.
doesn't like St. Louis
No,
sports.
he's not wrong. I hate this, and I love St. Louis sports, but I hate this because why in the fast lane are you just now deciding to do this again? Like, so for me,
Hey, sometimes it takes
brings the
people a little
question.
longer.
It takes you 2 years in a row. It takes you until March, man. This ain't damn March
Why are you
Madness.
mad?
Because who in the
They're
hell?
winning. Who gets mad at winning?
Jamie,
It's their own version of
it's
March
a
Madness.
ridiculous mindset that you like. I was, and I'm not joking. I'm not lying. I'm not, just saying something. I was watching that game last night and thought to myself, who the hell are these guys? The passing was, they're going side to side. I'm like, oh my God, this is, and then I got pissed off because I was
Why,
wondering,
you like it?
I loved it. I loved it so much, I want more of it. I like
yeah.
it. I love it. I want more of it. But I wanted more of it in October,
Garth
November.
Brooks.
Yeah,
Great song.
Yep. I got friends in low places. That's Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. See, I knew
that. See? But yeah. What the hell is this? What the hell, man? It's great. It's awesome.
I still don't know what you're mad at.
Why are they
I feel
just
like you're
now
mad
doing
just because,
it?
like you're yelling at clouds right now. Why?
Angry man yelling
Yeah.
at clouds. Probably. But why are you just now deciding to play the game?
Maybe they're ticked off. Don't like what happened at the trade deadline. And this unit is galvanized.
So somebody had to piss you off?
Sometimes it takes.
Sometimes it happens that way.
I remember I watched a documentary, and
Tell me more.
There was a baseball team, and they didn't like the fact that their owner wanted them to lose so that she could move the team, and so they found one way to galvanize their team, and it was to win despite the owner.
Saw the same doc.
Yeah, it was a hell of a documentary. A lot of famous players in that one. So things happen, Carey.
It's just frustrating, man. I'm happy. I was excited. I was really excited watching that game last night. Then it clicked. Like, why in the hell are y'all just now deciding to do this?
I don't think they just decided.
I think they did. I think they woke up and said, you know what?
Just to tick
I'm
you
gonna play
off?
better today. I'm going to play this March. Calendar changed, season, the damn time went forward, spring forward, fall back. Like they were like, okay, you got daylight savings.
Yeah.
Let's play better. Why? Why not play better when the season starts?
Well, I don't think they intended to not play better, Carey, contrary to what you believe.
What's the difference?
Because, of course, like when football teams lose, they don't want to win either. They just...
He threw the football
Some of
thing
them
back
don't.
at you.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
You
No.
think the Browns are trying to win?
Well, I think the
I think
players
so,
are.
yeah.
I don't think the owners
so?
are. Myles Garrett looks like a guy who wants to win.
Myles Garrett loves playing football, man.
He does.
Some of them other guys, maybe.
But back to the Blues. Sometimes it just works out in weird ways. Robert Thomas, for the second year in a row, was dealing with injuries throughout most of the season. Went into the break, before the break, and then the break. Had a small procedure done. Don't really know what it was, but now he looks like a brand new player. Like, he actually does look like he's got a little extra jump in his step. And I don't just mean, like, because he's playing good at passing the puck. Like, he's got a little more speed. He's protecting the puck very well. He's keeping plays alive. He's shooting the puck. The chemistry with Jimmy Snuggerud has been fantastic. And Dylan Holloway. Yeah, it's not ideal, CD. I get your pain, okay? I don't understand your anger towards winning, but I get your pain.
You're twisting my words. I'm not angry that they're winning. I'm just pissed off that they just now are starting to play better, and it looks really good. Like, it looked really good last night.
Yeah, it did.
And
I was
it's been
expecting
looking really
a tough
good.
game because that Anaheim team is big, fast, young, talented, all of these things, and well coached. Joe Quenneville, obviously an exceptional coach. The very first shift of the game, I thought, oh boy, we're in one here. Joel Hofer had to make two sensational saves. And Andy and I were sitting there going, oh boy. And then after that, it just stopped. Then the Blues took over the game to the point where, let's go back at different points in the season where the Blues, some games only had like 10, 11 shots on net, barely touched the puck offensively in a period. And now they're the ones that are controlling the play. They're keeping plays alive in the offensive zone. The defensemen are jumping up now. And, maybe it's a splash of we just don't care because the season, not that it's over because it's not over, but like there's no stress maybe right now, no pressure to deliver on, the promise of winning or making the playoffs. And now it's like, whatever, who cares? We're having fun. And sometimes, just like anything in life, the most dangerous opponent sometimes is someone who has absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Because they're unpredictable and like they'll just go for it.
Yeah.
And I think right now the Blues have a splash of that going and it's kind of working. So I don't know if it lasts. I have no idea.
That's the question.
Is it sustainable? Maybe. But it's fun. Unlike Carey, I'm going to enjoy this for now.
Whatever, dude.
It is frustrating. It is frustrating to watch a team finally be galvanized.
Look what you did.
But,
I'm happy that
I'd rather see them win than lose. I don't think the organic tank was actually going to hold up. Sorry, Marsh.
It's going to be really difficult when Vancouver's really bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of making my way towards hey, we're 8 points out of the playoff spot.
The organic comeback.
The organic comeback, yeah. Why not? Like they did it last year.
Why
could
not
you
us?
do it again? Why not us, right? Like Robert Thomas, he hasn't played outside of these 4 games, which he's looked fantastic. Last time he played was in January. Dylan Holloway was injured. At points, Jimmy Snuggerud was injured. At points, you were terrible in the second period. That's not really a thing right now. PK has been awful throughout the year. It has looked pretty good recently. The goaltending has looked incredible, including Jordan Binnington. So things look different now. Maybe this is the team that ultimately we thought they could be at the beginning of the season. It just took them a little bit to finally get going. But, hey, if they keep winning, great. If they end up going on a skid and they lose some spots in the standings, well, I think that helps for the organic tank. So I'm just enjoying the way that they're playing hockey right now because they're playing really good hockey. And it should be something that you look forward to watching because it has been entertaining compared to what we've seen over the last few months.
Yeah, it has been. And I'm also very curious to keep monitoring Robert Thomas. I think, if nothing else, this trade deadline has highlighted the fact that Robert Thomas has to change a few things in his game if he wants to be a future captain of the St. Louis Blues. And I don't know what way Army and Monty and Steiner are going to lean with their captaincy, and you can pick your pony. The player that Army had originally thought about was Robert Thomas before picking Braden Shen. And then they went to a thought of, and this is just my opinion, I don't know for sure, it's my thoughts, that they thought about going to splitting the sea between Shen and Thomas. We have seen some things over the last couple of seasons that would lead me to believe at that point Robert Thomas may not have been ready for said responsibility. Watching him since the trade deadline, now it's 2 games, and he's played very well. He hasn't had adversity yet. But it looks like a little bit of a different player, like almost maybe somebody had talked would say, listen, like, this is your time. Like, can you be a leader? Can you be a force that drags this team with you without, the bad body language, without the getting upset, without all that? Because you don't need it. Can you deal with the media almost on a daily basis? Can you do that? Can you, all of the responsibilities? There's a lot more to it than just putting a letter on your jersey. So I'm anxious. I'm calling it the Robert Thomas watch. And I hope he flourishes. I really do. Because watching him play the last couple of games, I mean, that's fun. That is fun to watch. And he's got a little jump in his step. He's a lot more talkative. I wish nothing but the best for the kid. And so I'm hoping that he grabs this moment and kind of runs with it. But I will be watching.
We'll get into Robert Thomas more at the bottom of the hour. He's still on board with trading Robert Thomas, and I'd be interested to hear Jamie's thoughts after just detailing how he's looked of late.
I'd probably have to do it.
Yeah, probably. One of the Kachuk brothers.
Both of them.
Definitely. Both of them. Yeah. Sure. But we got to get into NFL free agency. There's a massive frenzy going on in the NFL today. The deals are still coming in. We'll tell you where Mike Evans just signed in the last 30 minutes, and he did not re-up with Tampa. Kansas City making some moves. Baltimore carried over what they did in the over the weekend by trading for Max Crosby and making some big moves again today. First day of NFL free agency. So we'll dive into the moves next on 101 ESPN. You know, one of the benefits of working with a design build firm like Mosby Building Arts is not having to coordinate multiple contractors yourself. If you've been there before, when you start a project and then you start to compile your own team, so to speak, and you got a contractor, let's say it's a kitchen, you got a contractor coming in to do some cabinets, and another contractor that comes in to do maybe the countertops, and the next contractor comes in to do flooring. All of a sudden, you try to coordinate all that stuff to yourself, and things start to fall apart. Timelines don't match up. Maybe one contractor continues to add to the cost of everything. That's not what Mosby Building Arts does. Here's a 5-star review from a homeowner that left a Google review for Mosby. Quote, all the carpenters, project managers, and designers were excellent to work with. Very polite and respectful of the property. We appreciated that it was all in one from design to completion, and that we didn't have to general manage the project ourselves. One of the massive benefits of going with Mosby, they've got their own team. Everybody's in-house. That means you get your own team of workers that all go under the Mosby Building Arts team. That's it. One roster for yourself. That if you do a bathroom, you'll get your own team. If you get a basement, you get your own Mosby team. Not having to manage your own remodel. It's real value. Let someone else handle all the moving parts so that you can spend your time on things in your life that you want. Visit callmosby.com. Then you can get that free brainstorming session, and you can also discover Mosby's 5-star full-service offerings. from the jump, the NFL has been nonstop over the last, 6 hours or so. There's been some big-time movement in the National Football League. One of the biggest moves that occurred over the last hour or so has been the 49ers agreeing to terms with former, longtime top wide receiver Mike Evans, formerly now of the Buccaneers. 49ers signed Evans to a 3-year contract worth up to $60.4 million. This is quite the move after having guys like Brandon Ayuk there, not wanting to play or practice or anything coming off the injury, even though he signed the big deal. So they move on from him. Of course, they moved on from Deebo Samuel, not this past year, but the previous offseason, and they bring in Mike Evans, a true competitor. It seemed like Evans' time in Tampa was kind of up.
But I'm still surprised because
toward the end there.
He's still like, I felt like he was going to be a Buck for life. I really did. And I'm not thrilled that the Bucks are losing him because he was a guaranteed target for whoever's at quarterback, specifically Baker Mayfield. He's going to be awesome with Brock Purdy. I think he's going to have a hell of a year. I really do. I think it's a great pickup for the Niners.
I do too. I think it's a great fit.
I was surprised by it. I thought he would be in Tampa. I thought, that's where he's been. He's had an outstanding career thus far. I think he's a Hall of Famer, on the cusp of being a Hall of Famer. He's got his stats, his numbers are up there with some of the best that ever played the game. So for him to go to San Francisco, I'm intrigued to see how that matches up for what he's done so far in his career. He may have kind of slowed down a little bit. I know he dealt with some injuries last year. He broke his collarbone there mid-season, came back after that injury. But it's going to be interesting. Sometimes in a new place, a new system, a new quarterback, things can change a little bit. So I'll be intrigued to see how it pans out for him out in San Francisco.
Yeah, I think it's a great move. And, typically an NFL team will tell you what they're going to do in free agency the following year by the draft. Let's not forget the Buccaneers, they drafted Mbuka in the first round last year.
Yeah.
They brought back Chris Godwin, who's been banged up as well. So the Buccaneers, I feel like they've been preparing for this. And all good teams should prepare.
Correct.
Because you never know when your top guy's going to leave. And that's what happened. That was the case with Mike Evans. Another big move, the Chiefs signed Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker.
Very intriguing.
Which was this is interesting too. So if you think back on Seattle's season, Marsh, I remember you bringing this up, and it was something that I think a lot of fantasy football players were looking at, with Kenneth Walker never being truly the number one back in Seattle. There was always the complimentary Walker and Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet got a ton of the red zone looks early in the year. And then as the season wore on, Walker started to emerge as more of a true bell cow. And then, of course, Charbonnet gets injured in the second round of the playoffs. And then the rest is history with Kenneth Walker putting up some big games, including in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs have gotten by with the late round running back for a while now. Isaiah Pacheco has been great. They brought back Kareem Hunt a couple of years ago. They've been fine in that regard. But now they add a bona fide RB1, and they should treat him like one.
This is going to help them tremendously. With the decline of Travis Kelce.
Who's also back.
I think that the biggest problem the Chiefs have had really is a steady running game.
Oh, 100%.
They've had no running game, no presence that way at all. And you guys know more than me, but if you have no running game, it makes your offense a little more one-dimensional.
Absolutely.
It helps the opposition. Now you've got a guy who, this guy can run. This guy can play. So you've got a lot. To me, it expands the playbook quite a bit for Andy Reid and probably take a little bit of the pressure off Patrick Mahomes, too, once he comes back.
Yeah, I agree.
I found it intriguing because I was talking to BK, who was a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I asked him, would he rather have had Kenneth Walker or Jeremiah Love? And his point was, well, you don't know if Jeremiah Love is going to be there by the time the Kansas City Chiefs pick at number 9, which is a valid point. It kind of reminds me of the Falcons last year, going out and getting Kirky football, and then actually not last year, 2 years ago, drafting Michael Penix Jr. in the first round. He fell to them, and they didn't expect it to happen. I don't mind the upgrade of Kenneth Walker at running back. I think Isaiah Pacheco is a really good running back. He's hard-nosed. He runs hard. but he lacks that explosiveness. And we saw Kenneth Walker go off in this postseason, and especially in the Super Bowl. He has the home run hitting speed. He has the ability. He has the agility. He does all of the things physically. He doesn't catch the ball well out of the backfield. Now, that could be an issue for the Kansas City Chiefs, who like to have, all 5 eligible receivers being eligible in the passing game. And if you're a running back that has limitations in that area, that could be a detriment to what they're trying to do. And Jeremiah Love, in my opinion, can do all of those things. So it's going to be interesting to see how they utilize him in the passing game if they're able to. But running the football downhill, Kenneth Walker can do that. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs do need that. In that offense, they struggled mightily in the run game over the past couple of years, so adding him is going to be really good for them.
They've needed that period, but also now with Mahomes, you don't know when he's going to come back.
Correct.
So the offense looks a little different earlier in the year. Maybe it takes some of the pressure off of whoever they wind up starting early on.
Right.
The Raiders made some big moves. The Raiders are going to be one of those teams, and I said this before.
They're improving.
I think remember I said I think the Raiders could double their win total.
Yeah.
From this past season. I love the hire of Clint Kubiak. They're expected to, obviously draft Fernando Mendoza with the number 1 overall pick. They gave Mendoza, that's who their pick is, they gave him, to me, one of the best gifts. And it's not, yes, they signed Jalen Naylor, formerly of the Vikings, but the better signing, Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah.
Linderbaum. They signed him from Baltimore. He's the former center now of the Ravens. They signed him on a 3-year deal.
$81 million, $80 million for a center.
They gave him a ton.
Sign me up, Tyler. I ain't mad at you, brother.
They also brought back cornerback Eric Stokes on a 3-year, $30 million deal. I like what the Raiders are doing here.
And obviously made a trade a couple of days ago. Sure. We'll get into that as well.
They lost their best player, but they're going to get some draft.
But they brought draft capital back, which is going to aid in that, getting that team better quicker than expected. So I do like what the Raiders are doing as well. That you got to build up front. You got to have a steady offensive lineman, and especially at the center position, because that center, he sets the line. Like, he's responsible for all 4 of the other guys, himself included, all 5 guys on that offensive line, making sure that quarterback is protected. He can set the protections when the quarterback has trouble doing so, especially if you have a rookie quarterback. So it's going to be really good for him to have, for Mendoza, if that is who they draft, which we all expect it to be. They draft Fernando Mendoza to have a qualified, bona fide center up front that is able to set the protections and block his butt off for you, in the pass game and in the run game. And Ashton Genty should be, thrilled as well. Like, I think they're building in a really good direction for this Raiders offense.
Start up front.
Yeah.
Again, the Raiders also agreed to terms with wide receiver Jalen Naylor, formerly of the Vikings, 3 years, $35 million. We'll get into the Max Crosby deal in a different segment, because what the Ravens are doing might make them the team to beat in the AFC. A couple of other moves. The Titans agreed to terms with wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson, formerly of the Giants, 4 years, $78 million. Wan'Dale Robinson got paid. Awful. I mean, he's a decent receiver. I didn't expect him to get $78 million.
Me either. He's probably
the Titans are like,
underpaid.
Take my money. Yeah, I was expecting more. Titans are like, take our money.
They got to do something, though. In fairness to the Titans, it's been ugly.
It certainly has.
They've got to do something. Now, is overpaying for a guy the right? I don't know.
I would say no, especially for a receiver, but hey.
Yeah, but good thing there's no salary cap to worry about.
Very true. Very true. You can sign whoever you want.
But that wasn't the most shocking. That was shocking. That's a large number. Alec Pierce got $116 million.
Yeah.
To stay in Indianapolis. And who are they competing with?
Then they flipped Michael Pittman
to the Steelers
for pennies on the dollar. Yeah. I mean, they swap late round picks. That's a great point you just made.
Who are you
the Colts competing with for Alec Pierce?
That you felt like you needed to pay him $100? He's 19th in receiving yards in the league. I just want to know who are the other competitors.
Yeah,
because you might have overpaid for him as well.
Yeah, because I like Alec Pierce. Receiver. Don't get me wrong, but he's kind of like the.
He ain't
the quintessential 3 or 4 catches a game, deep yardage. Now maybe they turn him into more of a number 1 with Pittman gone, but that
their number 1 receiver is their tight end, Tyler Warren, who received the bulk of the targets for them this year. I was blown away. I am blown away by this by that signing because I not what I expected at all.
The Saints agreed to terms with running back Travis Etienne, formerly of the Jaguars, 4 years, $52 million. I don't mind that deal one bit. I like that for them. Alvin Kamara has been on the way out seemingly for the last year and a half in New Orleans, so they got a new number one running back in New Orleans to pair up with Tyler Shook. I like that deal.
Real quick, back to Alex Pierce. Alex Pierce. He was fourth on the team in receptions.
Well, he's got to be first.
Yeah, he was fourth on the team in receptions. He was fourth on the team in targets.
Had to have him.
He did lead the team in receiving yards, so he is a big play, downfield, explosive receiver. Mm-hmm. But you weren't throwing it to him. You threw it to him 84 times. Tyler Warren and Pittman had over 100 targets each. Good luck, man. Congrats to him. He's the damn winner of the day. Him and Tyler Lindenbaum, those two, Lindenbaum, those two are the winners of free agency thus far, in my opinion.
You're absolutely right.
They got paid.
For our Steelers fans, what do you think of the Pittman trade?
I'm not upset. I'm not opposed to having a number 2 to DK Metcalf. I didn't think they were going to trade George Pickens once they got DK, which kind of threw me off. But the fact that they do have a legit number 2, and I also think they may be looking in the draft again, kind of like what BK was saying. Some reports have us getting Carnell Tate if he's still there, which he may not be, or another receiver that may be available. Would I have rather have seen like a Carnell Tate or one of those more explosive receivers? Yeah. I think Michael Pittman is a really good receiver. He's slight though. He's not a big dude at all. His dad was a large human being. Just bulked
Pittman.
up. Yeah, former teammate. But Michael Pittman Jr., I saw him one day with his with a short sleeve shirt on. I'm like, man, you look thin. You look like he's about $180. Mm-hmm. And so he's had a stellar career thus far. So I think he's a great number 2. I'm intrigued to see what the Steelers do at the quarterback position. Which direction they're going to go? Are they, we still waiting on A-Rod or
Aaron?
Aaron, or are we going with Will Howard? You're going to draft a quarterback. What is that going to look like? And then what is this offense going to look like? At least you got some receivers now, because you ain't had none. You got some tall ones. More tight ends than you could handle.
You released Jonnu Smith, who will probably be the tight ends coach for Ohio State next year. Just going to keep following Artie the party.
Yeah. So
Ohio State, stay hot right now.
Yeah. Huh? Hey.
Not great.
And one more move we got to discuss. Dolphins agreed to terms with Malik Willis.
Yeah.
I feel like this was the worst kept secret. I know a lot of people were connecting. And Marsh, you did this too, and rightfully so. Connect the dots to Arizona with Matt LaFleur being in Arizona now, coming in for. I'm sorry, Mike LaFleur being the head coach now in Arizona. His brother Mike, obviously in Green Bay. A lot of people were connecting the dots with Malik Willis going to Arizona. Instead, he signs a 3-year, $67.5 million contract to the Dolphins.
Good for him.
By the way,
that's a good pickup.
Are eating more money than any other team in the history of the NFL to have Tua not play for them.
Really?
They are eating more money.
How does that make
than
one
any
feel?
team?
Hey, man.
How about the team that jumps in line first to say, we'll take them. We love them. That'd be my Falcons. Dumbass.
I can't even believe they're even in the mix of that.
Falcons?
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The head coach loves smaller quarterbacks who can't throw.
He loves lefties.
Lefties.
But that's my point.
Somebody brought that up on the text line and asked me, remember the lefty
injury-prone
thing?
lefties? He loves them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, not really.
Okay. I like the move with Malik Willis. I do. I think that's a solid sign. I think he's going to be.
I think it's still to be determined.
He is the reclamation project of the offseason, right? Seahawks, Vikings 2 years ago with Darnold, Seattle last year.
Yeah, but at least the
Darnold.
Vikings, Darnold played the whole year as a starter.
Yeah. You only got about 7 starts.
Yeah, I'm still I hope he plays well. I want that for the young man, but I'm just I don't know. Everybody's foaming at the mouth for this guy. I just don't know if it's for sure.
Good for him, man. Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Former third-round draft pick.
Yeah.
He's
bounced
around. This is his third team, and for your third team to be the team that pays you this is life-changing, life-altering money. Good for him. Hopefully he does well, but we'll see. Going to a new team, going to a new head coach, new organization for him. It should be fun for him, but, we'll see how it goes. But that's a good job for Malik Willis, man.
That's Super Bowl champion Carey Davis. That is former Blues defenseman Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and Andrew Marsh has got what's trending for you next.
FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single day through March 15th. From now till that final 68 is revealed, you'll get daily profit boosts for a chance at boosted winnings on your college basketball bets. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single day. Build a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout or try live betting. Jump in after the tip. Best of all, with FanDuel, you get paid instantly when you win. Do not miss out. College basketball is getting revved up, and they are getting closer to that final 68 being revealed. You don't want to miss this opportunity. Just visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues took down the Anaheim Ducks last night by a final score of 4-0. The Blues have a 4-game win streak. They won 5 of their last 6 and now sit 8 points out of a playoff spot. The Seattle Kraken with 67 points sitting in that final wild card spot. The Blues with 59. The Blues will take on the New York Islanders. Tomorrow we'll have an early pregame for you starting at 5:30. Puck drop against the Islanders tomorrow will be at 6:30. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it is time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, I have some good news and some bad news. What do you want to start off with first?
Always the bad news first.
Yeah.
Bad news first. All right, bad news Bears. Let's go to some college hoops over the weekend. Arkansas takes down Mizzou 88-84. And SLU loses once again. They got absolutely smoked by George Mason, 86-57. SLU is playing some of their worst basketball of the year in the last few weeks. What are your thoughts about both matchups, particularly SLU, because they were the team that we were really excited about, even just a month or so ago, and it seems like they've gone in the wrong direction.
Well, okay, you want my honest opinion? I'll share it.
No, Anthony, lie to us.
SLU's in great shape. Sometimes teams learn more from losses than wins, and I think this SLU team's going to be just fine no matter what they do in the A-10 tournament.
See, when I saw that score, I just assumed SLU had rested some players. Like, that was my assumption.
Mm-hmm.
They already, if I'm not mistaken, did they win the share of the A-10?
Yeah, the seeding and all that,
the
sure.
season title already, so you still got the conference championship. When I saw that, I was like, they're getting ready for the A-10 tournament.
Sure.
It was a throwaway game, in my opinion. That's how I viewed it.
Okay.
Now, I could be wrong.
Now,
but,
my actual response was they're going to win the A-10 tournament.
Well, I think they kind of put themselves in that situation already. I think even with 3 losses, even if they won against George Mason, I still think they had to win. They had to win the A-10 tournament.
All right.
I think they were in. I think they've been in a gotta win the tournament mode definitely since after they lost to Dayton.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you lost to Dayton, I feel like they were in the everything is it's not as bad as it seems. It's going, but the A-10 tournament is still there. So
Sure.
I didn't pay too much attention to that 30-point loss because, like I said, I just assumed they were resting guys, trying to make sure that they were healthy for the A-10 tournament.
Which starts, by the way, on Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning locally, St. Bonaventure versus LaSalle. Loyola Chicago versus Richmond will be the 2 Wednesday matchups. And then second round will be on Thursday. Friday's when SLU will play.
Mm-hmm.
So they have 2 days before they face whoever their opponent's going to be. Obviously, we don't know that now because it's based on the first matchups.
So Joe Lunardi of ESPN, his bracketology, this was updated as of last night, has SLU as a 9 seed going up against Clemson. If they were to win that, they'd take on Michigan. Let me see if I can find Mizzou real quick. Mizzou, 10. They are a 10 seed, would face off against St. Mary's in Oklahoma City, which is in the South region, which will be played in Houston. So Mizzou right now, bracketology 10 on ESPN, and SLU a 9 seed. They dropped down a spot. So they were an 8, they dropped down to 9. So there's the bad for what's trending. The good is
so not terrible, just bad.
It's just bad. Yeah, it's just not great. The good thing is that the Cardinals' young players are just mashing baseballs.
Yes.
Chase Davis, 2 home runs today. Joshua Baez, 1 home run. J.J. Weatherhold, a ding-dong Johnson. These guys smoking the baseball. Matthew Liberatore also on the mound today. Went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 2 earned runs, but struck out 7. Mm-hmm. So nice little outing for Matthew Liberatore. The Cardinals did win that game 7-2 over the Orioles, and there is another game that the Cardinals are playing against right now against the Astros. They're currently losing that game 6-3, but there's not a ton of notable players in said lineup. Probably the biggest two names are Jordan Walker and Nolan Gorman, but outside of that, not a ton of household names.
Well, nobody has to overreact to what we're seeing in spring training, but at the same time, I'd rather see this. Like, that's where I'm always at with spring training statistics. If things were really bad, we'd have the same reaction. It's only spring training. But man, it'd be nice if they were hitting better. Or man, it'd be nice if this guy was throwing better. Yeah. So I'd rather see this, even knowing that spring training obviously means diddly crap.
But we say that a lot. And
don't you butt me.
No, but we say that a lot. And then you have these stories of managers that were like, well, yeah, so-and-so came in, had a hell of a spring training, broke camp with the big league team, and we kept him. And he
right. Never went back.
So
Albert.
Albert's one of them. So however we want to spin spring training to justify how we feel, or because we don't want to feel stupid because like Josh Baez, oh my God, but then he gets to the spring training didn't matter. Look, he's not hitting now. But then if he's raking, let's say he starts at the big club.
You're right. It doesn't matter until it matters.
No, it doesn't matter until it matters. I'm like, so I hate the narrative of like, well, don't trust spring training until you have to trust it, because the guys got to go out there and pitch. They've got to hit. They've got to play.
Right.
And if they're doing well, then you kind of have to look into it a little bit.
You're right. And on a young team, Jamie, to your point, there are boundless opportunities. It's not like you got a veteran showing up like Nolan Arenado. He's going to be the third baseman.
For those guys, it doesn't matter.
But for a team like this,
for the young pitchers, the young players, the hitters, like all of those guys, spring training matters. It does. It shows if you can be consistent, you will have at-bats against real major league pitchers. You will be in situations that are not somewhat real, but they are real. They're not regular season. So I don't know what to think, though, about all of it. The Baez kid is certainly fascinating. All he does is hit home runs, and apparently he steals bases, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice little combo platter there.
So we'll see how they handle that. I know they've got to have a little bit of reluctance based on what they did with Jordan Walker. You don't want to fast forward this kid too fast. And Chaim Bloom kind of said that over the weekend. I believe he was on KMOX when he said it. But we'll see. It's fun to watch these guys right now.
Agreed. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. That's what's trending. Are we still on board with trading Robert Thomas? You guys look good of late.
The trade deadline's gone.
I was talking more about the offseason, but you know what? Good clarification on that, Jamie, because somebody right now is listening in their car or at their cubicle like, wait, I thought the trade deadline was last week. Or, if they're not nice, hey, idiot, the trade deadline was last week. So I'm glad you did. There it is.
All caps, too. All caps.
Yeah. All right, so we'll talk about that next on 101 ESPN. Hey, when it comes to Auto Centers Nissan, you're going to want to check out some of their deals, especially throughout the month of March. So this month, Auto Centers Nissan, they're making a serious move. Buyers who hesitate, you're definitely going to miss out. First and foremost, they have over 1,000 new and used vehicles, all in one location out in Herculaneum, Missouri, just minutes from South County, right up I-55. Good spot for them. If you've ever been to the dealership, you'll feel it, man. They got a ton of vehicles. I love the selection there. So if you're looking for a car, truck, van, SUV, different makes, different models too. They got new Nissan, certainly, which I'll get to in a second when it comes to their deals, but they also have pre-owned vehicles, different makes, different models. On select new Nissan models this month, buyers get 0 payments for 6 months, 0 money down, and 0% APR for 60 months. So you're not going to want to miss those deals. Plus, remaining 2025 models are also discounted up to $11,000 off MSRP. When you go to AutoCentersNissan.com, they also have an additional opportunity for you to save money when it comes to your next new vehicle. So when you go to AutoCentersNissan.com, every new and used vehicle is eligible for up to an additional $1,000 in savings. All you have to do, choose your vehicle, and then click the Claim My Buyer's Bonus button, and you're going to lock in the additional savings. So not only do they have great sticker value pricing throughout the month of March, but if you go to the website, they got another opportunity for you to save even more money this month. It's Auto Centers Nissan. They're out in Herculaneum. Visit them at AutoCentersNissan.com.
nice to be healthy. It's a big part of it, and I think also just the way the team's playing. Everyone's getting more out of each other, and that's contagious, and that leads to a lot of team success. So when everyone's playing together and picking each other up, then everyone's game elevates, and that's what we're doing right now.
That's Robert Thomas, and boy, Robert Thomas has looked strong of late since returning from injury. He was one of the focal points of the trade deadline last week. Of course, not moved, but Robert Thomas has 7 points in his last 4 games since returning from that injury. Blues have won all 4 games and now sit 8 points back of the final wild card spot with 19 games left to go. Everybody in this room, outside of Carey, does believe that the Blues will pull off the impossible yet again. But when it comes to the offseason, guys, Robert Thomas, are you still... You're obviously always entertaining calls if you're the Blues front office. You have to. It's part of your job.
Yeah.
But how motivated are you to trade Thomas? Or does it matter how he finishes?
Yeah, I don't know what the motivation might be, because Robert Thomas was on the sheet earlier today with Jeff Merrick, and he clarified a few things. He said that, one, he's never asked for a trade. So if there was any rumor out there that Robert Thomas and his camp were looking to be moved, Robert is debunking that. He also said that Doug Armstrong never asked him once to waive his no trade. So is there actually a desire to trade him? We don't know. You hear these things and you read these things, but are they truly accurate? Some of these insiders, as we know, I don't know,
Jamie. You were on Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs a couple of weeks ago.
You knew something.
You knew it. And so did that person that you quoted from X.
Yeah, there was a burner account that nailed it.
Yeah. fell into that one.
Yep, I fell into that one. Yeah.
Well, no, so did they.
Pretty much,
really.
Yeah. But no, a lot of these insiders, they double as weekend lawyers, the way they word things. Hearing Armstrong listening to offers on Thomas, okay. Mm-hmm. If you want to pick up the phone and call Army and ask him about Robert Thomas, yes, he's listening.
Right.
It doesn't mean he's actually thinking about it. Mm-hmm. It's just the way they word things. Andy and I were on the road. We're like, look at these guys. It's crazy. Because if you attack them, say, well, I didn't say it for sure. I'm just what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Well, who'd you hear from? It doesn't matter. I just heard it. What'd you hear from the mailman? Because it could be that. It could be a guy at Quick Trip. Yeah, I'm hearing that Robert Thomas is gone. Army's trading him. Mm-hmm. Oh, they're hearing Thomas is gone. You're not lying. You heard it.
But sources close to the situation. It's literally the gas station next to
the gas station where Army buys his gas.
Don't we know, though, that it is possible to come up with a trade before asking a guy to waive his no-trade clause? So maybe there were talks.
Maybe.
There could have been. We don't know. And so back to the original question is, do we still feel like Robert Thomas should be traded? Is that what we're asking here?
Well, it seemed like after the Utah stuff came out, it seemed like everyone was like, oh, wow, look at that return. Yeah, sure, trade them. They haven't done anything in the last 4 years. Let's get rid of them. Let's get as much as we can, because this team has not done anything in the last 4 years. It's time to move off the core. I wonder, after watching these past 4 games, if people view it differently now.
So, okay. Are you going to... Because I think that's what we have done. I think that's what we did last year. I think that's what we're doing now. Last year was 12 games. Now we're saying 4 games. Are you going to trust 4 games, or are you going to trust, 60 games? Are you going to trust 12 games, or are you going to trust 70 games? The problem is not that he has the potential to be a really damn good player. That's never been a question.
And that's the worst word in sports.
The potential to be a very, very high-level player. I don't think that's ever been questioned about Robert Thomas. I think the question is he willing to do it consistently every single night? Because as a superstar player that gets paid X amount of dollars, and when you're and I say this all the time, and people, it does matter, because when you're the highest paid player, there are expectations on you versus the lowest paid player or the middle tier players. There are expectations for you to be that way every single night. Can you have a night or 2 off, or 10? Yeah, but you can't have 50. And so that's and I'm not saying he doesn't play well for 50 games, but what I'm saying is what we've seen over the last few nights, I'd rather see that for 50 games than see it for 30 games. And that to me is the issue.
So let me Let me ask you this. Not just you, Carey, like all of us and our listeners too. Is what we're seeing really what is factual? Because when I look at Robert Thomas's points, when we talk about inconsistent, all this, his last 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll go 5 years. We go back, he averaged over a point a game in 21-22. So that's over 82 points. Like if you average it out, over 82 points. The next year was slightly under a point a game. Mm-hmm. The next year, over a point a game again. 24-25, well over a point a game. Again, he would be in the 90 to 95 point range had he played all the games. Only played 70 games, he had 81 points. This year, 46 games, there's been inconsistencies. He's been injured, all that, 40 points. He's just under a point a game, and the way he's going, he could get over a point a game. So are we seeing what we want to see, or are we are we actually looking at the production? And I'm guilty of this too, because you got a guy who goes on a dry spell of 3-4 games, and we're like, and not to pile on Robert, but you take into consideration some of the bad body language. You see some of the things, you're like, okay, well, this guy's, he's not, not that he's given up, but he's like, well, he's rattled, he can't handle this. But then you go look at the actual points, which is real. It's not like expected goals or, this is real, factual things. And he's also done a lot of this without having true first-line players with him. So right now he's got Jimmy Snuggerud, who's starting to blossom into a top-tier player. And look at what they're doing. Dylan Holloway, I believe, is a top 6 forward. Do I think he's a first-line player on a contending team? To be determined. Mm-hmm. So are we sometimes a little too hard on a guy like that? Because he's supposed to be such a point producer that if he has a little bit of a spell, it's like we're like, wow, look at this.
Right.
And I don't think Robert Thomas was ever supposed to be a superstar. I think Robert Thomas, his ceiling is 90 to 95 points. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, man, you got a hell of a player.
So that what you just illustrated goes to what a lot of people were saying last week when we were discussing what the Blues should be doing at the trade deadline. And there were a fair amount of people, I think they were in the minority, but a fair amount of people kept saying, why would you be trading Robert Thomas and some of your top pieces? We were just in a rebuild a couple of years ago. Why wouldn't you add to this current group? Mm-hmm. Well, if Robert Thomas continues to play this way, just like he played in the second half of last season, having even the discussion about trading him is going to look foolish again. I will add, though, if your best players typically perform best when the pressure is off, I don't know if you've got the right players.
I don't disagree. But then the argument could be made that if you go back to last year, all the pressure in the world was on them coming down the stretch, and he excelled, and he was one of your best players in the playoffs. Sure.
And I think this is why the Blue, what you and I just did there,
I know,
tit for tat, like
that's probably what's going on in the boardroom.
Yes.
Was that pressure though? Like, because essentially you were out of it. Like you're playing with house money at that point.
Yeah,
in
but
my opinion.
once they got close to the end, the last 4 or 5 games or so, that was pressure.
Yeah,
because they absolutely had to keep winning, or they had no chance of making the playoffs.
But up until that point, it was almost like
right now.
Like right now, like man, ain't no pressure. Nobody expects nothing from us anyway.
Look, I don't disagree. The only thing I will say in Robert's defense is he's played in the Stanley Cup final. Mm-hmm. He's won a Stanley Cup ring. He was a big part of it. Mm-hmm. Now, was he a piece like he is now? No, he was an accent piece, but he was also 19 years old. And so he knows what pressure is. He knows what stress is. Now, can he be the alpha dog in these stressful situations? I think that is still to be determined. And I think, Army, credit to him and Steiner, if they didn't get the trade or the offer that they really wanted, which they wanted, apparently they wanted a haul. They wanted a haul. Anthony.
Sources
told me that. Hang on to him, see how this goes, and see where you're at. And if in the off season you still feel like this team needs to go in a different direction, Robert Thomas will help you make that deal with the way he's playing right now.
Yeah, I don't have any problem. I don't know him personally. I met him a few times, but I don't have a problem with him as a as the best player on the team, you have to be the best player on the team. That's the best way or the easiest way that I can put it.
He kind of is.
He is. That's the whole point.
But the expectation is every night. Like that. To your point, is a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a lot of pressure to have that expectation of you every single night, to bring energy, to have good body language, to not because if you are the best player on the team, the moment you get to looking in the rafters because things aren't going right, what is everyone else doing? If you're the best player on the team, they're looking at you and saying, somebody got to make a play. Okay, we wait on you. You're the one we're looking at to make a play, but your body language is not giving us the energy that you're going to be the one to make a play.
Yeah, fair enough.
So to me, that's the part where that's the maturing part as an athlete and growing into a leadership role. It's not about how many points you score because that's expected of you. It's all of the other things, the other minor detailed things that your teammates are looking at you for answers. And if you don't got no answers, we're screwed. Mm-hmm. We don't have a chance if you don't have the answer for us. So for me, that's what I'm referring to when I'm talking about his play.
Yeah.
Not just his on the ice, but just everything else that comes with being a leader on the team and being the best player.
Sure. All right, it's fascinating. On 101 ESPN. Are the Ravens now the favorite to win the AFC next season? Boy, I would think so based on some offseason moves here, including adding Max Crosby. We'll talk about it next on 101 ESPN. Carey, you and I are always recommending our friends at Mentality, and it always happens over the weekend where I'm running around, I'm busy, got a lot of kid activities and things like that, getting back into coaching, which I love, and you're starting to run around, and you're like, oh, okay, man, I haven't moved like this in a while, but I still have a lot of energy by the end of the day. I still want to tackle the next thing that's on our to-do list, and I think Mentality for that big time, because when my testosterone levels start to drop, all of a sudden it's like, man, I don't want to. It's not even that I don't have the energy, the motivation. I just don't have the motivation. Yeah. My mood is completely affected by it. I don't know if you're experiencing that too, but when it comes to Mentality, I love how I feel at the end of the weekend. I'm accomplished. I feel great, and I still got energy to bear.
Yeah, if you're working long hours, you got things to do after work, hanging out with the kids, hanging out with your wife, all of those things that require more energy. Mentality can help you. They've helped you. They've helped me. They got 2 great locations, Chesterfield, South County. You can go in there, talk to them, see how you can feel like the old you. Not the old you, but the old you. The one that had all the energy that could move around and be in multiple places and multiple times. So go down there, talk to them, and see how they can help you out.
And right now, all new patient labs will be covered in your treatment plan. Just mention Carey or me or both of us here at 101 ESPN. That's a savings of $250 right out of the gate. So now's the best time. If you've considered Mentality, now's the best time to head down to one of their 2 locations, or you can visit them online to schedule your appointment at lowtusa.com. Again, lowtusa.com. It's Mentality. Fastline on 101 ESPN. We talked earlier about the NFL free agent frenzy that's going on right now. If you're just hopping in your car, just a brief outline here, so a rundown. Mike Evans signed a contract with the 49ers, so he's no longer with the Bucs. Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP, signed a free agent deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Malik Willis, former now Green Bay Packers quarterback, signed a deal with the Dolphins, who are set to release Tua Tagovailoa. Any other big-time deals?
Tyler
Linderbaum. Linderbaum signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. So a lot of deals going on. The biggest move, though, came over the weekend when the Ravens acquired Max Crosby from the Raiders in exchange for 2026 and 2027 first-round picks. It's quite a price to pay for a non-quarterback. However, if I'm going to pay... Or I guess I should say this. If I'm going to pay the price of having 2 first-round picks go the other way, I better be getting a difference maker. And Max Crosby is absolutely that. The question is, even after losing guys like Tyler Linderbaum, are the Ravens now the team to beat in the AFC after adding Max Crosby? Wow. And when you factor in Mahomes' injury and, Buffalo is come up short.
Oh, man.
I think the Ravens got a lot more pressure on themselves. Obviously, a new head coach, Jesse Minter, got a new offensive coordinator, and you have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, 2-time MVP in Lamar Jackson, and you just added one of the best pass rushers in football in Max Crosby. You got a guy that gets after quarterbacks, that makes life difficult. This is... When I played against the Ravens, they had guys that got to the quarterback. They had a stout defense. They had a great linebacker, great safety, great outside rusher, great interior defensive lineman. And they made life hell on you as an offense. And I think over the last few years, I think the Ravens have some of those pieces. They got really good defenders. They got some really good guys on that back end, and they've drafted well. But they haven't had a guy like Max Crosby. And I think getting a guy that can get to the quarterback makes your life easier for the entire team. And so to say all of that, yes, I think they are the favorite right now in the AFC. The Buffalo Bills are who they are. I don't know. They got a new head coach as well. I don't know what the expectations are for them. They also signed a receiver that should help. They traded for DJ Moore. That should help them in the offense. New England Patriots, I think they might take a step back. I'm not sure if they're, the Super Bowl contenders that they were this year. The Bengals are, offense heavy, obviously.
Defense still optional.
Defense optional. The Jaguars just lost their running back. They will be back and still be good as well, though. The Colts, who had a really good team, quarterback got injured. C.J. Stroud with the Texans. I can go on and on with each team that either made the playoffs or was a playoff contending team, a team that I thought should be there. The Chiefs you spoke about got an injury at their quarterback. So, yeah, it's sitting right here. And this is probably the 3rd or 4th year we've said it for the Ravens. This is their year.
Right.
This has to be their year. But I think they went out and made a game-changing, season-changing move by going and getting Max Crosby. And the hell with those 2 first-round picks, because you're not going to draft a first-round defensive end in either of those 2 drafts that are going to meet his capability right now, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm good with it. I think they did a great job.
And I think the Raiders are smart to do it as well. They turn one of their best assets into 2 first-round picks. Now, what they do with those first-round picks it remains to be seen. But they're going to have 2 first-round picks in 2026 and in 2027. They'll have their own, and they'll have the Ravens. So they can rebuild in a hurry, and they've already made some pretty good moves, as we discussed earlier. Here's my question, though. The Ravens, I think, are the best team on paper in the AFC. Are we underselling, and I know what you're going to say, but are we underselling Denver?
No.
They almost beat the Patriots in the AFC Championship game with Jamie at QB.
Did they? No. Did they? Did Mike Vrabel look across the sideline and said, "You don't get it, do you, pal? You just don't get it, do you, pal?"
Great defense.
They do have a great defense.
Offense operated okay.
Well, they got rid of their offensive coordinator. He was the problem.
That was ridiculous.
It was his fault.
And Sean Payton's not even calling. Sean Payton is giving up play calling duties too.
Yeah, I don't.
Really weird.
Odd.
I wouldn't put the Broncos. I would put. I'm looking at this AFC. Who the hell knows what the quarterback situation in Pittsburgh is going to be? We just talked about the Bengals, who defense is optional. The Browns, they are always kind of where they are.
The Bengals just signed Maffei from Seattle.
Oh, the
3-year deal. Yeah, Nedge.
good
So
for him.
they must have been
Good for them.
listening.
Yeah, clearly.
They were listening to the show. They're like, you know what? We fast laned up. Let's sign somebody immediately.
I don't. Right now, for me, it's the Baltimore Ravens, and again, this is probably the third year I'm going to pick the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, and they ain't played in one yet with Lamar Jackson.
I
but-
see what he's doing now.
What?
He's cursing them.
He's trying.
You see what I'm doing?
He's trying.
You like that?
He's trying.
It ain't helping the Steelers win, but it ain't.
Well,
It ain't helping them either.
yeah.
But yeah, there is not a team with the roster that the Ravens have, in my opinion, on the AFC side.
That I agree with.
So
Yeah. I mean, they have to be the favorite.
They're loaded.
They have to be the favorite. Now, does it all come together properly? And can the offense do their thing? Can Lamar stay healthy? All those things to be determined. But if you were just looking at things on paper, I think you'd have to lean Baltimore coming out of the AFC.
I would agree. Like I said, there's been a lot of different moves going on, including the Bears signing veteran quarterback Case Keenum.
Good for him.
Re-signing him. He's carved out a nice little career for himself as
Those
a
backup
as a
quarterbacks,
backup.
I don't see why teams don't just do that. Keep the guy because he knows the playbook, knows the system.
He knows his role.
He's not a disruptor.
Right.
He knows his role.
Yeah.
I think Tommy DeVito signed a 2-year deal
Yeah.
for like $7 million. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
What a great
not
life.
a problem.
Good money if
What a
you
great
can get
life.
it.
Man,
It's like being the bullpen catcher. I think they make like $400,000 or $500,000 a year.
There you go.
I saw something. I
I
think
was like, yeah.
I forget what the stat was, but
Give
it
me
was
that
about
heat.
Chase Daniels and how many starts he had compared to how much money he made. Like,
Oh,
did
yeah.
really damn well for himself. And
He made
that's
like
no
$40 million over the course.
That's no knock against anybody. I mean, if you're good enough to make it to the NFL, NHL, MLB, you are an
You're
outstanding
one of the
athlete.
elites.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're on the roster, and you deserve what's yours.
Correct. Yep.
Let's see here. Trying to get you caught up with some of the moves that just went down. Like I said, former Seahawks edge Boy Maffei reached an agreement with the Bengals. That's a 3-year deal. The Packers are releasing 2-time Pro Bowl center Elgton Jenkins.
Elton John?
Yeah. Elgington
Elgington
Jenkins. There you go.
Is that Leroy's brother?
I guess.
Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. What else we got lately? Commanders re-signing backup quarterback Marcus Mariota.
What about your team, Anthony?
Falcons made a lot of depth moves today.
What are they doing at the quarterback position, Anthony?
They haven't decided.
Still up for debate?
Yeah.
What do you want him to do, Anthony?
Start Michael Penix Jr. Have him stay healthy.
Oh, he's hurt.
Quarterback competition this year. Penix and Tua.
I saw a text.
Don't you dare. Don't
There's
you
a text
dare.
from the
Battle of the
314.
lefties.
Don't you dare.
There's a text from the 314 says, I'm at the ATL airport. I just pissed off the bartender by telling him Atlanta's going to sign Tua.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I'm with the bartender. But I get it. Like, what are you going to do? This is what happens when you muck up your quarterback situation.
They did a good job.
You're desperate.
Initially.
You're desperate, and the options aren't great.
You two.
I know. Vikings are in a similar, not the same, but a similar spot.
You have fun with Tua. I'd take Kyler Murray over him.
Of course you would. Of course you would, Marsh. What you be putting that hate on me?
I really don't
I'm
know.
not hating Anthony. We're just giving our predictions. Jamie gave his prediction a couple weeks ago. He was right
It's a real.
about Kenneth Walker.
He was right. He knew this. And he's telling you now, Tua's going to Atlanta.
I don't want him.
It's going to be a real Stalter's choice who they start.
Oh, God. Stefanski's going to be like, let me see how tall. Okay, Penix, you're 6'5".
Well, Anthony,
Tua, you're 5'5". I'll go with Tua. Wait, let me see the arm strength. Penix, you can throw a ball through a brick wall. Tua,
He's accurate, though.
Yeah.
Remember?
Tua will hit the
the
brick
most
wall.
accurate quarterbacks that Tyreek's ever seen.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Anthony,
It is.
He did say
if
that.
you think about it, maybe they'll be so bad that Kevin Stefanski will get fired like in a few years, and then you can move on from him, and then
Right. Yeah. Hire whoever the Browns head coach is the year before. Nothing screams rebuilds than hiring the Browns head coach and signing the Dolphins quarterback.
Yeah, but you see the success that Stefanski had over the last couple of years with the Browns.
Yeah, last couple of years specifically, he's done real well. Where
Yeah.
you finished dead last?
Anthony, he took that organization to the playoffs.
He did.
You're right. You're right. It's been a minute, but
Maybe
you're
he
right.
can take another bad franchise to the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand why you did that thing. I really don't. If you were a fan of the Chiefs or something,
You'd be a fan too.
but like, come on, the Seahawks. You're a Seahawks fan. I would get it. But you're a Vikings fan.
Oh, Anthony,
and you're throwing shade at another miserable organization. I don't like it.
I have to. I can't chirp any of the good ones.
I don't like this.
I have no ground to stand
I've
on.
supported you too.
I've supported you. I feel bad for
and
doing
your
it.
Vikings.
I feel bad, Anthony.
Do you consider Doug Armstrong to be a loser
What?
at the NHL Trade Deadline? One writer did. I'll tell you what he said next on 101 ESPN.
My friends over at Circus Sports, they've got amazing things going on all the time. Whether you're in Las Vegas, at the casino, staying at the resort, it is unreal. But they also have great contests throughout the season, and the newest one is for the state of Missouri. And what they're doing is they're giving everybody here a chance to win Derek Stevens' wallet. What that means is that there's going to be $250,000 to be given away by Derek Stevens and Circus Sports. And all you do is get in on it. You got to download the app. It's the white Circus Sports app. You click on that logo, win Derek Stevens' wallet, and it's easy. You have, by the way, do it before March 15th. So that's creeping up on us. And all you have to do is wager $100. Use your minimum bet, and you earn one share of the $250,000. You wager 1,000, you get 2 shares. You wager 5,000, you get 3 shares at that point. And you can bet on anything, whatever you want, from pro sports to college sports, everything available on the app. Straight bets, futures bets. Derek Stevens and my friends at Circa, they're giving away the money. It's guaranteed money. There's no stipulations to it, nothing like that. There's no snags, no trap doors. It's $250,000, but download the app. Get involved in the contest before March 15th. Any other things that you're looking to do at Circus Sports, or if you need more information regarding that contest or others, visit them at circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. Must be 21 and over in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
teased. Do you consider Doug Armstrong to be a loser at the NHL Trade Deadline? Frank Saravelli. No, listen to me.
That's a hell of a
Oh,
tease.
Frank, he's a fan favorite of a lot of people. That guy.
Well, he's even more of a fan favorite now among Blues fans. So as
He's a
Frank
real Diamondback.
he plays for the Diamondbacks?
Yeah, not
He's a good
anymore.
baseball player.
He was a fast lane Diamondback. I gotcha.
Yes.
Frank Saravelli writes, yes, it is Doug Armstrong who infamously says to colleagues and agents, if you want loyalty, get a dog. That mantra was on full display at the deadline. Armstrong's legacy in St. Louis took a sizable hit after a leak publicly pressured Colton Parayko to waive his no-trade clause to Buffalo. After that blew up, Armstrong then asked Captain Braden Shen to waive his no-trade for the second trade deadline in a row, making sure that he, too, got the message his services were no longer needed after winning a Stanley Cup together in 2019. Armstrong seemed perturbed at his roster this season, the one that he himself built, and has long been frustrated with the no-trade clauses on his blue line, the same contract terms that he gave out. As Armstrong prepares to transition to team president and hand off the day-to-day operations to Alexander Steen this summer, Armstrong may have also cost himself the opportunity to move to another organization, which many are whispering is his motivation behind the move. That was in part to his breakdown of the winners and losers at the NHL Trade Deadline. He specified Doug Armstrong as a loser at the deadline. This one seems a little dripping with, I don't know. Seems a little personal.
Yeah, I think your read is pretty correct. I don't know.
And I'm not saying he's necessarily wrong or right about certain things. I'm just saying it feels a little personal for Frank.
Yeah, it does. And, I think that most of the GMs / presidents around the league, not that they don't like the insiders, but sometimes they're not happy with them. Whether the information is leaked, whether the information is correct, incorrect, whatever it is, it can be disruptive. I mean, just imagine any business that you work in, any job you have, if someone just starts spreading rumors that so-and-so's losing their job or Johnny down the hall is getting a promotion over so-and-so, and none of it has to be true. And then you get a disrupted work environment because of people talking.
Sure.
So I can see the frustration on Doug's side of things. I can also see the frustration from the media, just that some of the things that they're talking about are probably 100% accurate. Yet they're being discarded as like just rumors. And those guys do work hard to try and find the scoops as much as they can, just like any reporter that's out there. You're trying to break the story first. So it's a push and pull time of year when the deadline comes around, and I think that both sides get a little butthurt at times.
Sure.
Now, as far as Army being a loser at the end of the deadline, I don't believe that to be true. Did I want to see Braden Shen traded? No. Personally, for me, I wanted Braden Shen to retire with St. Louis Blue. And that's it. And he'll be retired the captain, hand it over to the next one, whoever it is after that. Justin Falk, I thought that deal was in the making. I thought that was going to be one, especially with your team falling out of contention. Why not deal a really good asset to a team that's willing to pay? And both the Islanders and the Red Wings paid. They paid a freight, man. First and third for both of them. Then you got Jonathan Drouin. It is a kind of a salary retention, I guess, because he's making $4 million. You get a little bit of the offset. But I think Drouin's going to help the team. We saw last night. He's got a hell of a shot. He's got a great power play brain out there. Is he going to be a difference maker? I don't know. To be determined. But he had over 90-some points in 120 games for the Avalanche.
Yeah.
He's not a bum. So you got something back there, and you've got all this draft capital now, and Army's already said, not sure what Alex Steen will do with it. If he's going to use the picks, trade the picks, package things together. So I don't think it's fair to say Army's the loser from a trade deadline transaction. Do I think that Army would maybe like a do-over in the handling of the Parayko situation? Maybe, probably. I can't speak for Doug, and I won't. It is a tough business. It sucks. But that's what it is. It's a business. And, Army handed out the no-trade clauses to the players that he did because that was the cost of doing business.
Right.
Do the players like it when now they get called upon to waive their no trade? No. Why'd you give it to me then? If you didn't mean it, why'd you do it? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where feelings come into it. And, for Colton, I think a lot of it was like he couldn't believe that the Blues don't want him anymore, which is it's not entirely true. It's a transaction, is a business transaction. And, but it's hard for a guy like Colton when he's never been traded before in his life. All he's ever been in the NHL is a St. Louis Blue. And he might be the greatest human on the face of the earth. And I mean that with all sincerity. Super nice guy, caring. I mean, nobody, not a person on the earth can say anything negative about Colton Parayko. So he's also, not naive, but what you don't know until it happens. And so I think for that reason, if it was maybe some other player, like if it was Justin Falk. I know he got traded, but if he had the full no trade in Army, some people like, no, well, and look what happened with Torrey Krug. People got mad at Torrey Krug. Why do you not waive your no trade? But now people are mad for Colton Parayko. And I know there is a percentage of people say, well, he should have waived it. It would have been a great deal for the Blues and whatnot. But
right.
I think all of these things combined was kind of the perfect storm to where people don't like that it was Colton Parayko. So, but I don't necessarily think Doug is the loser at the deadline for that.
I wonder what, I don't know, it's just like a shock to the system, I'm sure, for him and then for your teammates, too, because everything that you just described about the player as a person, I'm sure his teammates feel the exact same way. So they're probably like, what the heck is going on here?
They do, but I hate to sound like, I don't know, the grizzled old veteran here, but it's business, man.
That's all it is.
Like, it's business. Like, if you think Doug Armstrong, and I'll just speak from my own personal experience, because I was a general manager in pro hockey, not the NHL, but I still had guys that were on my team that had wives, that had children, that I had to trade, I had to cut, I had to do all these things. And when I look at the board of the players, I'm not seeing player X, Y, or Z with their family and playing at Thanksgiving and the Halloween trick-or-treat. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing, what can I get for said player? How can I make my roster better? And it's just the business side of it. Is it right? I don't know. Because people seem to applaud Army. Like when he did the offer sheet thing. Shrewd, cutthroat, savage.
Yeah.
Why is that okay? And now he goes to make a power move, moving a very valuable commodity in Colton Parayko. It's a savage move again. Cutthroat. All the same words can describe the transaction, but now people are upset at this one.
Because of who it is. And people tend to, as a fan, you grow comfortable, or your favorite players, you don't want to see them moved or you don't want to see them traded. And as a fan, you don't see it as business. Professional athletes and general managers, front office members, they understand the business aspect of it. Not that all athletes enjoy the business aspect of it. I didn't, because I felt like sometimes the business got in the way of the actual football for me. But it is a business, and when you handle yourself as such, it's a job. Like, that's the best way I can tell you. It's a job. And people get fired from their job all the time. You don't get traded from other jobs, but in the professional sports, you can get traded. They can move on from you, and they can attempt to move on from you. And I think people just became frustrated with the fact that it was Colton Parayko. They thought, well, why him? Why would you move on from him? Because, as you said, there was an opportunity to get something that they deemed maybe as valuable or more valuable for the future, and that's the direction that he wanted to go. And now, Colton Parayko is still here. He's a professional. He may not have liked how it went down, but he's going to be a professional and do his job because it's his job.
Right.
That's what he's paid to do. So, is it all as well that ends well? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there are some. Maybe they don't speak to one another when they walk past each other in the hall. We won't know. But Colton Parayko, when he's ready to go, he's going to be on the ice and he's going to be doing what he does best.
Definitely.
And it seems like what Frank wrote, because he didn't mention anything about Doug Armstrong in terms of what he got back in these deals.
No.
Not one
Which is kind of unfair, too.
Yeah, not one word on here said anything about the return. It was just sort of the way that things went down. So, like, from a perception thing, that's what he wrote about. But he didn't mention any of the any of the moves itself outside of trading Braden Shen, but he didn't even mention what they got back in return.
Right. Yeah. Well, that goes back to the look. This felt a little personal. Mm-hmm. He had an agenda. Frank Savali had a agenda here.
It seems like it. And I'll just go back to what I said just a couple minutes ago. Everybody applauds Army when he's ruthless and adds to the team. You can't sit there and, be mad when he's trying to do the same thing again in a different direction.
Yeah.
You don't have to like it.
You don't have to
but
like
then don't
it,
like it the other way either.
Right. Yeah, if you want him to be nicer, then...
Yeah. And my personal opinion, I wasn't thrilled with the way it went down. Mm-hmm. That's my said from day one, and he says it over and over again. He wants to lead the organization in a situation better than when he found it. That's going to be really hard to do for him at this point. It's going to be really hard because the organization was in a pretty good spot. And now, if they don't make the playoffs, if they go out the way we think they will with maybe a top pick, that's not a great spot. But what Army tried to do is salvage it by getting Steiner younger players and more draft picks, and now Steiner can build the team that he wants.
All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We're going to play Fill in the Blank next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. We'll play Fill in the Blank next if you want to send in a Fill in the Blank statement here in the Fastlane on 101 ESPN.
10.
Major Marsh, it's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Blues take down the Anaheim Ducks last night by a final score of 4-0. They have won 4 games in a row, and they'll take on the New York Islanders tomorrow. Pre-game for that one starts at 5:30. Puck drop is at 6:30. Coming up next, we have Fill in the Blank. So send in a fill in the blank statement to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. We will fill in the blank next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct.
Blank, 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 blank.
Fill in some blanks.
Time to play fill in the blank here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line, so feel free to send us a fill in the blank option if you'd like to play. Marshy, what do we got?
All right, let's go to the 314. The St. Louis Cardinals are a wild card team if blank.
If their starting pitching, if their pitching staff, we keep saying starting pitching staff, if their pitching staff is much better, significantly better than what we thought. And I mean significantly better than what everybody projects. Which still might be better than a year ago, but if you're talking about, what'd you say, a playoff team, Marshy?
Wild card team.
Wild card team? So playoff team, yeah. Significantly better. That's what I would
I would agree with that. I think it all starts with the pitching, and if that is an upgrade from what it has been over the last few years, yeah. That means they probably are winning more games, more consistent, limiting runs, run prevention, Anthony, defense.
Defense.
You know, you like it.
I do.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I think that's probably the road to success. They're not gonna bash anybody out of the park. They don't have that kind of firepower. I mean, to be determined on some of these young guys in a year or two, but their road to a playoff spot or even contending would have to go through the run prevention, which would be a big part of that pitching.
So we asked people to text in for fill in the blank. I don't remember asking people to text in and letting us know that Tua is now a Falcon. There's a lot of people letting us know that Tua is now a Falcon.
Jordan in the snake pit just asked me, he said, Anthony, you okay, buddy? And I responded to him, in life, absolutely. As a Falcon fan, never.
Anthony,
Could be better.
fill in the blank, Anthony.
Yeah.
Why would the Falcons...
Because they don't have to pay him, Anthony.
Carey's right. I mean, all
They don't have to pay
seriousness,
him.
that is
It's
absolutely
a cheap
right.
option. He started games in the NFL. He's had success.
Yeah.
He led the league in passing one year. I mean, it's not like he's a bum. It's just he's been concussed a lot over the past couple of seasons. And it kind of went sideways for him in the last couple of seasons.
Wait, are you saying he's not good or he is good? Is that
I'm
what you're
saying he's not a bum.
Oh. Well,
Said he led the league in passing one year. Like he's a good quarterback. Especially
no,
if you
he's
ain't
not.
paying him.
He's not a good quarterback.
How much do you think the Falcons are paying? They're not paying. What are they paying him? $1 million?
The Falcons probably signed him to a 3-year deal worth $85 million.
Lots of guaranteed
But
money.
the Dolphins are on the freight for that. Carey nailed it. It's the cheap aspect of this. It's you don't have a lot of caps. Well, I think they're okay with cap space now, but you need a bridge quarterback to Michael Penix. Here's why I don't like it. I understand it, but I hate it. Here's why. I think Kevin Stefanski loves quarterbacks that are limited, i.e. Dylan Gabriel. That had his imprint all over him. So here's my concern. As somebody that I still want to see how Michael Penix plays throughout when he is healthy, my concern is they love Tua. He loves Tua. I mean, they were the first in line to say the Dolphins just cut him, are eating more money than any other team has done in NFL history. The Falcons first in line, like, oh, good, we beat everybody. Of course you did.
Okay, but where else are they going to go?
I would have went with Joe Flacco,
Oh gosh.
knowing he's not any sort of long-term option.
Neither
He's
is Tua. That's why they went with Tua.
One isn't
unless
Carey.
Kevin
Oh,
Stefanski, who loves short, limited, noodle arm quarterbacks like Tua and Dylan Gabriel.
Maybe that one guy from the MAC will get drafted by him.
Don't you dare.
I watched that game,
you
Anthony.
dare.
What was his name? What's his name?
I don't know.
We butchered his name. What was his name?
I don't know.
Central Michigan quarterback.
No, he's not talking about CMU's quarterback.
No, I would never do
CMU's
that.
quarterback
It's a different quarterback.
LeBras.
LeBron James.
LeBas. Okay, yeah.
And you guys turned it into something else.
That other guy,
I'm watching you.
I don't know who he played for, but I saw him skip a ball 7 yards downfield.
He had to do
Anyways,
that.
I think it was
UMass quarterback, wasn't it?
quarterback.
it might have been Kent State.
What?
Was it UMass?
No, it was. Yeah, no, I think it was Kent State's
Yeah.
quarterback or Akron, one of them.
Yeah, one of those,
Ohio
one of those
schools.
bad MAC
Yes.
teams. Not that there's all bad MAC teams.
No, you're damn right.
Yeah.
Look, there's bad teams. There's bad teams in the Big Ten.
Hey, there's a great MAC team right now in college basketball.
Yeah, there is. Miami of Ohio just
Yeah.
rolling. Now, they didn't cover on Friday night, which I appreciate, but Miami of Ohio rolling.
All right, let's get back to fill in the blank from the Water Boy. So far this year, the Blues' best player is blank.
Joe Hofer.
Agreed.
And I don't think it's close.
Agreed again. Agreed.
Yep.
That boy's
Sign
good.
us up for that.
What he said.
That boy is good.
All right, let's see here. From the 618, fill in the blank. The opening day St. Louis Cardinals lineup will be blank. I guess we get a 1 through 9.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the whole lineup we got to do?
I do that? Hit the sounder.
Mason win.
Or we don't have to.
You want to go by position or you want to go by
We
batting
did do
order?
this a couple
We
weeks
did.
ago.
We just
order?
did this.
Do you want the lineup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him that lineup, Anthony.
Give it to him, Anthony.
Well, you guys didn't like it, but
Well, let's go by
win.
position.
I like that. Let's do position.
Okay.
yeah,
Because
not batting
we'll
order.
disagree
fine.
with the lineup.
All right, so
well,
third base right now, Gorman.
Nolan Gorman.
Shortstop, Win.
Mason Wynn.
Second base, Weatherholt.
JJ.
First base,
Alec Burleson.
Early.
St. Louis Stars.
Yeah.
Catcher's Pajes.
Okay.
Center
DH.
field, Scott.
Yes, Scott.
He went around. He jumped around.
DH is Herrera. That's fine. No, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Whatever. I've been gone for a few days. Just whatever.
Hey,
You forgot it's Anthony's show. He's
I
running
did.
the show.
It's my
He-
bad.
You see how
I
he's looking
appreciate
at
you. I appreciate when you walked in today not looking at me. DH, Herrera, center fielder, Scott, right field Walker, left fields.
Joshua Baez.
I think
That'd
he
be
just
awesome.
Somebody just said he just got options.
He got sent down.
So, like I said a couple of weeks ago, it'll be
Guy hits a
Fermin.
dinger, he gets sent down.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are hoping for Sajaci. I think it's going to be Fermin to start because Fermin's out of options. That's just my thought on that. Would I rather see somebody like a young guy? Absolutely. But Newt's going to come back at some point.
Well, maybe not. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's confirmed Derek Gould, Baez, with
Derek.
option to Memphis. Other moves are optioning Cooper Jerpy, Bryson Motts, Nick Raquet. Quinn Matthews also assigned to minor league camp. So if you had a good spring training, get the hell out of here, is what the Cardinals are saying.
He'll be back.
This was 14 minutes ago.
Yep.
Well, never mind. I guess we can't have nice things.
Poor Marsh. Sorry, dude.
I guess we'll have Jose Fermin. That's who you
Yeah,
want.
that's
left
great.
field.
That's not who I want.
We're going to get Anthony his Fermin jersey.
I don't want Fermin in left fields. But when it happens, I want apologies from everybody.
Dude.
We believe it. Fermin's going to be the opening day left fielder.
Thank you. He is.
Maybe something all right.
All right, you want to do one more?
Sure.
All right, the Sun launcher. Jeremiah Love will be drafted by blank.
I was just looking at this.
Two of the options just signed running backs to good deals. Kansas City signed Kenneth Walker, and the Saints signed Travis Etienne.
So I was looking at the order. Raiders, they got a running back. Brees Hall is back with the Jets. The Cardinals just got Tyler Algier. I don't know that they'll be in the market.
I don't think so.
The Titans, they kind of, I think they're good with
You get a-
Pollard
You had a
and
couple of
Spears.
guys. Yeah. Not that they're great options.
Maybe
but
the Giants. Maybe you want an upgrade from Cam Scatterbull. I don't know, possibly. But you just drafted him last year. He broke his ankle. The team I'm looking at is at number 7, the Washington Commanders.
I like that one.
That, to me, if he can get to the Washington Commanders, and I think looking at it now, that's probably why the Kansas City Chiefs went on and signed Kenneth Walker as a free agent, because there are about 3 or 4 teams that could use a running back like Jeremiah Love. And the chances of him getting to them at 9 was probably slim to none,
Sure.
especially with the Commanders on the board right there at number 7. I think that would be you pair him with a young quarterback in Jaden Daniels, like that could be something really special for that group.
What about the Cowboys moving up? Because they have 2 first-round picks.
That was the one I looked at them as well. If he were to get there, but they could potentially move up. But who would move up? I mean, you
can move up a couple of spots. Like the Bengals have Chase Brown. The Chiefs now have.
You would probably have to get in front of
Walker.
You would probably have to get in front of the Commanders.
Yeah, but
you could trade with the Browns.
They have Javonte Williams. They signed him to a 3-year deal.
Who?
The Cowboys did.
Still.
Yeah, that's
like Javonte Williams is a walking injury.
USA Today posted their new mock draft, and this comes from, how do you say this guy's name? And it just toggled on me.
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, Michael Middlehurst Schwartz.
Schwartzy.
What's his name?
Yeah, old Schwartzy. Has the Tennessee Titans drafting Jeremiah Love at 4.
Well, I said he might. I mean, he is an upgrade.
I don't think it's crazy, but
I wouldn't.
I don't know if it's top 4.
I think he is top 4 talent, but if I'm the Titans, I probably have other needs greater than
absolutely
a running back. I mean, I just drafted Cam Ward last year.
They just signed Wan'Dale Robinson to like a $300 million deal. So actually, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and again, I love Jeremiah Love. That has nothing to do with him, but if you're the Titans and you really want him, maybe you could slide back a little bit. Easier said than done sometimes. Yeah. All right, we're going to do Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN.
After nearly 45 years of outfitting the best dressed vehicles in St. Louis and St. Charles, you can trust your prized investment with the great hands of my friends over at Pure Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. No matter what kind of vehicle you drive, they have accessories that are going to make your vehicle pop out on the road. And no better time than springtime. Get out there, get some modifications done. You're driving off into the beautiful sunset. Yes. But you got to get over there. Check it out. It's a 25,000 square foot facility in St. Peters, Cave Springs Boulevard exit. Get over there, ask for Shelby. Tell her that Jamie Rivers sent you in. And let's not forget, too, that the month of March brings a special for my friends over at Pure Performance. When you purchase a set of wheels and tires, you get free sensors and installation. And let's remember that Pure Performance carries all kinds of tires for every make and model of vehicle. So this is a fantastic deal. Again, you got to get over there and talk to them now and take advantage of this March special. If you can't get there in person, though, at least get there online, check things out, give them a call, whatever you need. Visit them at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Time to play Bet the Board ahead of the Gauntlet. Do we have a Gauntlet contestant, Marsh, or do you want me to throw that out there right now?
Yeah, throw it out right now, Anthony.
All right, we need a new Gauntlet contestant. I was just informed. We need a new Gauntlet contestant, not intestine. we'll have our intestines. We're good.
Jamie does too. Still.
Both large and small.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just no spleen.
There you go.
You don't need that to live.
Well, it helps. But
That's what they told us.
We're good.
Well, I mean, look at him.
Yeah, we're
You
fine.
don't need a
He's here.
spleen.
Yeah, it's fine.
Epitome of health.
Anyway, we need a new Gauntlet contestant. 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you want to play in the Gauntlet in about 5 minutes, you can do so. Just text in the word Gauntlet, and you have an opportunity to play. All right, Marsh, how do we all do?
Anthony, you are the only one to hit your pick heading into the weekend.
Yes.
Look at you.
Thank
Win
you.
for sure.
Proud of you.
Thanks, guys.
You have 4 points. Jamie has 3 points. I have 2 points, and Carey has 1 point.
Okay. Well, let's do that college basketball, shall we? I am looking at one of the conference matchups tonight, conference tournament matchups tonight. Marsh, if you would be so kind to give me the Northern Kentucky Wright State over of 158.
You in the weeds, ain't you,
Yeah,
brother?
oh yeah.
Right
Yes,
State and
yes,
who?
I am. Wright State,
And Northern Kentucky.
Northern Kentucky. The Northern
Are we
Kentucky.
sure they have a team? Hilltoppers.
Norse.
That's Western Kentucky.
Norse.
Hilltoppers. Norse?
Norse. I think it's a Viking, right?
Yeah.
Something.
What are the
Why don't they just call it
what
a
is the
Viking?
right state? Right State what?
The right. Anybody got a guess?
Wright State.
Yeah.
The Eagles.
No.
Seminoles.
No. It is an NFL team. I'll give you the hint. Not the Eagles, though, Jamie. Sorry.
Falcons.
Who?
Is it a bird? Nope.
No.
The Lions.
They are
No.
Are they
Right
green?
State.
I think they're green.
Right State.
States.
Not the Bears.
Nope.
Bengals.
No.
War Eagles.
War Eagles. It's not an NFL team. No.
No, man.
It's an interesting.
Waterboy says Texans. No.
Right State.
Right State.
Packers.
No.
No. Bears.
No.
I said Bears
Okay,
already.
I'm trying.
Give us a
Right
hint, Anthony.
State. 49ers.
AFC. It's an AFC team.
Right State
The
Ravens.
Wright State Ravens.
No.
Right State Broncos.
No.
Right
Chargers.
State Patriots.
No. This is incredible.
Can't be the Jets.
Zeus says 49ers.
Right
no.
State Bills.
No.
Can't be the Dolphins,
No.
could it?
Right State Chargers?
No.
What the?
Right
I named every
State-
team.
Jaguars.
Raiders.
Yes.
Nice.
You're all excited. The Wright State Raiders.
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Oh, that was fun.
That was kind of fun. See how far it went.
All right.
Holy smokes.
So is that your pick?
The over
Wright State
158.
Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Raiders. give me the Senators and Vancouver Canucks, the over in the first period. It's at 1.5 minus 145.
I'm also going to do a similar play, but with the Utah Mammoth and Chicago Blackhawks over 1.5 for the first period at minus 130.
Give
Okay.
me the New York Knicks on the money line over the LA Clippers.
Is that who Denver played on Friday
Man,
night?
they beat the hell out of them.
Yeah, so you're
Oh,
going
my
the other
God.
side.
Yeah,
You're like,
man,
I've
I
seen the Knicks
clearly-
handiwork.
clearly got that
and I
wrong.
like it.
A 40-point loss.
Oof. A lot closer than that 39-point loss score
In the first
would
quarter.
indicate. Yeah, first quarter. Nuggets were up by 2.
All downhill.
Then
from
lost
there,
by
brother.
39. It's hard to do, Jamie.
It sure is.
It's hard to
Clearly
do.
not.
This Sunday is Selection Sunday. Get signed up to play in this year's Bracket Madness Pick'em Challenge. Register now to participate at 101ESPN.com. And once the bracket is out this Sunday night, you can fill out your bracket and join in on the fun. It's free to enter, and this year's top scorer will take home a $250 Amazon gift card and a 101 prize pack. See the contest rules and get signed up to play in our Bracket Madness now at 101ESPN.com. Bracket Madness is refreshed by Bud Light. Marshall, we have a contestant. You good to go?
I just texted one of our listeners back, so I'm just waiting for them to reply to say they're good to go, but I think we're good.
Gauntlet next in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days if your bet loses. Here's how it works. Place a tournament bet using the token, and if that doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. That's 10 chances to play all tourney long, from game props to money lines to spreads, totals, futures, and more. You can even mix things up with the same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to fill out your bracket, FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the action day after day. So visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. FanDuel, it is time to dance. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Must apply. Single select token each day. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN 405. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And Marsh, you said Jeff is on the line, correct?
Jeff is on the line.
All right, Jeff, what's going on, man?
How we doing, boys? I'm doing great.
We're doing great as well. Appreciate you listening. Thank you for playing today. Would you like to take on Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, or me in round 1 of the Gauntlet?
I got to go with my guy, CD.
Carey Davis.
Good luck, Jeff.
Thank you, buddy. You too.
All right, Carey is headed to the Cone of Silence. Jeff, go ahead and tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel.
And Marsh.
All right, Jeff, what are we hoping for? What category are we looking for?
Yeah, I'm not.
10th the wheel.
All right, so the wheel has stopped. Now you can tell us. What did you want?
Baseball or random?
Well, you know what? You got baseball, buddy.
Oh, there you go.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, Jeff, you're going to get 4 baseball-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Sound
Marshy's
good?
currently destroying all the
What are you
questions.
doing here? Typically, these papers are stapled together, and there's tape on them.
Well, the staples
Here
are
we
a
go.
lot. They cost a lot.
Yeah, we ran out.
We got to be careful.
Yeah.
We'd like to keep our coffee machine.
Here, you know
Okay,
what?
Marshy?
I'll keep the ripped one.
I don't care. Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
I gave you the ripped one last time, and you couldn't read the
Well,
first
it was missing
question.
half the question and
Yeah.
stuff.
When was that?
Like a couple weeks ago.
Okay. All right, Jeff, here we go. You ready?
Let's do it.
The 2026 World Baseball Classic is underway. Through the first 5 WBCs, identify the nation with the highest winning percentage.
Ooh. I feel like taking the options is kind of silly. Let's go. I'll go Dominican Republic.
Final answer?
Yes, sir.
Splashback Deuce and the Snake Pit goes. Grant would have had stapled them.
Of course he would have.
Well, somebody else might be heading out of here soon too.
Oh, Jamie,
I'm just
come
saying.
on.
I mean, once we let standards go, Anthony.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
All right.
Poor Grant. Poor Grant.
Oh, he's fine, I think. Question 2.
Oh, Grant's a good kid.
He's great. Question 2. How many World Series titles did Bernie Williams help the Yankees win?
Wow. Once again, I feel it's kind of silly to take the options. Be like 2, 3, 4. We'll do 3. Final answer.
All right, thank you.
Question number 3. In 1993, who became the first player ever to lead the National League in at-bats, hits, walks, and runs?
Options.
Options are Barry Bonds, Lenny Dykstra, or Craig Biggio.
Ooh. Gosh, could you repeat that question one more time? Sorry.
Of course. In 1993, who became the first player ever to lead the National League in at-bats, hits, walks, and runs?
1993. Bonds, Biggio, and Dykstra? Let's go Dykstra. Final answer.
All right, Jeff, hang with me here. A couple of days ago was former Cubs ace Jake Arrieta's birthday. His best season came in 2015 when he had 22 wins and a 1.77 ERA. But someone else posted an even lower earned run average that year. Name said pitcher.
Give me the options, please.
I don't blame you. David Price, Matt Harvey, Zach Greinke.
Oh, man. Gosh. It really is always easier when you're not on here. Man. Gosh, 2015 it was?
Yeah.
You said? You know, let's go with David Price. I think that might have been one of his big years.
Final answer?
Yes.
All right, let's bring back Carey from the Cone of Silence. Jeff, how you feeling?
Probably just made an ass out of myself, but all right.
Hey, these get tough when you're on. All right, Carey's making his way back in from the Cone of Silence right now. He's having a seat. Carey, how was said Cone of Silence?
That was cool. Just in there, quiet.
Silent.
Music in the hallway.
Oh, nice. Good.
Under pressure. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. It sounds like.
No, it's way different. It was dun 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 dun.
So
It's
you did.
different.
Sounds like Ice Baby.
Yeah.
Did you ever?
Yes,
I think it's the same, is it not?
It is, but
Vanilla Ice claimed it was right here. You see, din 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 din. It's like,
Yeah.
but no, it's identical. No. There's a difference.
There's a difference. Have you ever seen him like well after the fact? He goes. Nah, it's definitely the same. We completely ripped it off. All right, let's get to business. Carey, your category today.
Yeah.
Is the baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
I love baseball.
Go, baby.
Let's go.
Backlage.
Question one. The 2026 World Series Classic is underway. Through the first 5 WBCs, identify the nation with the highest winning percentage.
Ooh. You know what? Give me the options.
Japan, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic.
I didn't need the options.
Is it Kermit?
Yeah, that was a little bit of.
Dominican Republic. Final answer.
All right, Carey, question 2. How many World Series titles did Bernie Williams help the Yankees win?
Is he on all 4? It's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. He's the core 4 guy. I want to say 4. Part of me feels like maybe it was only 3. I should go with my gut. I was going to say 3. Final answer.
Question number 3. In 1993, who became the first player ever to lead the National League in at-bats, hits, walks, and runs?
In 1993, at-bats, hits, walks, and what else?
Runs.
I mean, it would have to be somebody that led off. My favorite, one of my guys is Ricky. Ricky know baseball. You know what I mean? But give me that. There's a lot of baseball players in 1993, Anthony. Mm-hmm. Give me them options.
Options are Barry Bonds, Lenny Dykstra, or Craig Biggio.
That's probably Craig Biggio. Walks? Can you give me walks, runs, hits, and what else?
At-bats, hits, walks, and runs.
Barry feels like too easy of an answer. Give me Craig Biggio. Final answer.
Final question, Carey, and hang with me here. A couple of days ago was former Cubs ace Jake Arrieta's birthday. His best season came in 2015 when he had 22 wins and a 1.77 ERA. But someone else posted an even lower earned run average that year. Name said pitcher.
2015?
Yeah.
Options, please.
David Price, Matt Harvey, Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke. Final answer.
Okay.
Ready.
Here we go. How many World Series titles did Bernie Williams help the Yankees win? Without the options, Jeff said 3. Without the options, Carey said 3. Correct answer is...
Carey's gut feeling was really 4, but he ended up saying 3. The answer is 4.
96, 98, 99, 2000. We have a 0-0 tie.
He said I'm going with my gut feeling. I was like, he's going to go 4.
That's what I thought too.
He said it 3 times.
I felt 4.
Either way, goose egg, goose egg. In 1993, who became the first player ever to lead the National League in at-bats, hits, walks, and runs? With the options, Jeff went with Lenny Dykstra. Carey, with the options, went with Craig Biggio. Correct answer is...
Lenny Dykstra.
Jeff up 1-0.
Old Nails himself.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Jeff.
A couple of days ago was Jake Arrieta's birthday. His best season came in 2015 when he had 22 wins and a 1.77 ERA. But someone else posted an even lower earned run average that year. Name said pitcher. Jeff took the options, went with David Price. Carey went with the options, went with Zach Greinke. Correct answer is
Zach Greinke.
we're all tied up.
I wish I'd have got that first one right.
Comes down to this. The 2026 World Baseball Classic is underway. Through the first 5 WBCs, identify the nation with the highest winning percentage. Carey, with the options, went with the Dominican Republic. Jeff, without the options, went with the Dominican Republic.
Ah, come on, man.
This is a rare case where Carey does not want to be right. Because if he's right,
don't want to be right.
he loses by 1. If he's wrong, well, we got a walk-off. Jeff.
Walk it off.
Correct answer is
Japan.
Japan is the correct answer. So we're all tied up 1-1. Here is how this is going to work. Jeff, you're going to hold off on your answer, giving Carey an opportunity to write his down. When Carey shows us his answer, we're going to go to you immediately. Closest to the pin wins our tiebreaker today. Are you ready?
Yep.
Carey, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's your question. Through 279 big league games, in how many different ballparks has Jordan Walker homered?
You're going to have to give a different one. I know the answer.
You know
to
the
that.
answer to this?
I do know the answer to that.
You know
I saw
what?
it
Boy,
on the-
you are
yeah.
such...
I think it's 11.
You are... Carey wins today.
Yeah. So
You are an honest guy. You know
I don't
that?
want to cheat, Jeff, man.
right.
I saw that on
I
the...
got a question.
I do you? Because I was going to...
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
All right, are you ready? How many career home runs did Lenny Dykstra have?
Oh, wow.
How many career home runs did Lenny Dykstra have?
That feels like a lot. And maybe not enough.
All right, so Carey showed his... Okay.
69.
Okay.
No math needed.
No math needed on this one. All right.
Too many.
Carey, what'd you write down?
462.
462. Jeff, you said?
369.
Jeff.
You have chosen wisely.
Marshy, in 12 years, how many career home runs did Lenny Dykstra have?
81.
81.
Damn it, man.
Wow.
81.
Wow. I knew he didn't hit a lot, but geez, way overshot.
81. He's your type of player.
Yeah.
Screw them home runs,
Yeah,
he
the hell
says.
with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, though. First of all, congratulations, Jeff. Nice job. You're going to be back to face one of us tomorrow, so nice work.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll call you tomorrow. Congrats, man.
Good job, Jeff.
Hey, thanks. Carey, appreciate you for doing that, man. Appreciate that.
I won't cheat you, brother.
So
You could have, though.
I could have.
That's how we roll here.
Splashback Dew said integrity is spelled CAREYDAVIS.
Thank you, Splash.
Yeah, nice job, Carey. Nice job. Yeah. By the way, that's how you spell Carey. It's not K-E-R-Y.
Yeah, no, it's not with a K.
Right.
Yeah.
Or C-A-R-I.
No. So, Jeff, congrats. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Variations.
Thanks, guys.
Good job, Jeff.
I'd like to pose something.
Nope. He's going to the penalty box.
Carey avoids the penalty box today for his ultimate character, bravery, and overall integrity.
Anthony, can I ask you something?
Sure.
We know the story of the youth basketball player that at the end of the game, the ball hit his finger and went out of bounds, and he
that's on the ref.
told he told his coach, "Hey, that ball hit my finger."
Yeah, that coach got to look at him and say, "You shut your mouth."
Shut your mouth.
This
He
is the
went
championship game.
To say, "Go tell the ref," and I'm almost positive that team lost.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
no, they did.
still, a loss is a loss.
They lost. Coach lost his job. Never been the same. I think he's in jail now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? I don't remember seeing that part of the commercial.
Look, there's consequences.
For not winning.
It's consequences, all our actions, Marsh. All right, well, fine. Sorry, Carey. I was trying to help you out there.
Fine. We'll keep him where he's at.
I'll go to
Honestly, it makes my job harder to put up another microphone.
Yeah, it's tough to push that button.
At least he was honest. All right, bold.
Well, we're being honest here, Anthony. You were honest earlier.
Very true. Bold 2026 predictions for the Cardinals next on 101 ESPN.
Well, we all have little critters running around outside, whether it's mosquitoes, ticks, fleas, moles. So some of those unwanted guests you want around your yard and sometimes in your home. Well, I've got the perfect remedy for that. My friends over at Amco Ranger, they are the best in the business. I had an awesome opportunity to sit down with them and talk about their business and just how much they care about the community and how much customer service means to them. They are an A-plus BBB rated business, and all the employees are well-trained, licensed, there's background checks, all of that stuff. And for some reason, if things aren't going the right way, you're not happy, they're going to make sure that you're ultimately satisfied at the end of it. And, they've got them coming over here this week to take a look at my backyard. I've got a bunch of moles and ants and things like that. They're going to help me out. And they talked about a year-long treatment process for all of this to make sure that you're getting the best results. Again, their biggest thing is customer service. They service the entire St. Louis metro area as well as St. Charles, some of the outskirts. They really are the best in the business. So if you have a pest control problem, please call my friends at Amco Ranger at 636-441-2847. Again, that's 636-441-2847, or you can always visit amcoranger.com.
It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. So Carey Davis put together a little bit of a bold predictions for the St. Louis Cardinals in 2026 based off a fantasy baseball article that Carey was reading at ESPN.com. If you guys were to have a bold prediction, such as the one that ESPN posted, which is that Nolan Gorman and Ivan Herrera deliver their first 30 home run seasons, what would it look like? What's your bold prediction? By the way, one of the other predictions was no Cardinals pitcher wins 10 games.
Oh, man.
Strikes out 150 hitters or saves 15 games. Come on now. I say they have 10. I say they have two 10-game winners. That's my bold prediction.
Who would they be?
Matthew Liberatore and Dustin May. Now, some of those wins may come after the trade deadline, but
What do you mean? What does that mean?
don't worry about it. 10-win seasons for Dustin May and for Matthew Liberatore. 10-plus wins.
Bold prediction for the Cardinals. Give me Lars Nootbaar being an all-star. It's a bold prediction. Why'd you blink like that? Are you resetting?
What's the number of games to qualify for that?
Lars won't hit it.
It's not the NBA.
No, it's MLB. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for noticing.
Am I crazy? I hear music
I
again.
now hear something.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
not crazy.
I don't hear.
No, I don't. Maybe it's
Stop.
March.
It's
March, what
Mar-
were you
yeah.
just doing?
What do you mean? I was just looking at the computer.
What were you just
What were you
doing?
just doing?
I was highlighting a part of this article. It's not on. It's not me.
Anthony, what did
When
he
he
do?
turned-
I
pointing
don't,
fingers at
Jamie.
me.
I
He
don't
turned
know,
left.
but I'm
The
going to
music
investigate.
stopped.
Yes.
Are you messing with Carey on purpose?
I'm not doing anything.
He's
that was
done
that
it.
one
He's
time
done it
that I,
before.
that I,
He
that I
does.
was
He's done it
messing
before.
around.
Wow,
I'm
you
not
did it
doing
once.
anything.
He did it before.
He's
He did it
capable.
once.
He
He'll do
is.
it
That's all
again.
he knows. He's capable.
100%. And he's willing.
My phone's not here like,
Now that's the best part. You don't have to.
go there.
Like play it
it's
over
not.
here. You know?
That was the song
could you?
playing, too.
Hey, watch it.
I will. I certainly will. Yeah.
Hey, if you hear that music again, you let me know.
Watch your
and I'll
Raleigh
try
fingers
and
over
do
there.
what I can.
Raleigh fingers.
I was like, what the heck?
Making fun of my
am I
mustache?
hearing?
I think Jamie just wanted to say the name.
Kind of, yeah.
All right. So, Jamie, what's your bold prediction?
Oh, man. Bold prediction. Ivan Herrera catches 50 games.
Oh, that's bold.
Oh, man. Okay.
They're
didn't-
going to
why
try.
don't you
They're
like
going to
that
try
one,
to shoehorn
Anthony?
that in there.
Why didn't you like that one?
Because I think he's a DH.
No,
should
he's a
just
catcher.
be a DH.
It's a bold prediction. Doesn't mean I really
No,
like it.
I know. I'm just giving my thoughts on it.
You left another one off of there that they that was in the article. It was Joshua Baez hits 18 home runs
In
and
Memphis.
steals 16 bases.
No.
They had him being I forgot. I forgot
called
they
him
had
up in
They called him
June.
up in June, and that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what I highlighted. Then you guys blamed me for the whole music thing.
Well, you know,
Well, I mean, if the shoe fits.
we don't have access to the.
His
the
shoe
button.
doesn't
And
fit,
your
though.
shoe does not fit, unfortunately, because I'm pretty sure you got turf toe
Yeah.
after playing some.
Ball hockey last
Ball
night.
hockey.
Yeah, it was an injury, a non-contact injury too. I was trying to
worst.
seal the wall.
That's
and,
tough.
I think my
Seal the wall.
Did you
I
hit
was
your
trying to
foot?
keep the
You hit your
ball
foot
in.
on the wall?
No, so what happened was I went to seal the wall as the other player was trying to float it up the wall, this ball. And so I went to seal the wall to make sure that the ball didn't get behind me. And when I, it's not like hockey where there's ice. Like my foot grabbed onto the tile and just, oh man, it
Yeah,
hurt.
you got turf toe.
100%.
You got turf toe.
He showed.
As you just explained it,
Yeah.
and how you stopped, your momentum probably kept going. You got turf toe.
What did I
buddy.
tell you? The break.
You got turf toe.
He walked over to me. He's like, "Look at this one shoe. Look at my normal foot, and then look at this foot." He didn't take the foot out, but I'm like, "Dude, you got turf toe."
You got turf
Now,
toe.
what we need to have happen here
I played the rest of the game.
Yeah, you did.
Hockey player.
You're no
what we
quitter.
need to have happen
Scored a
though,
goal too.
is
Anyways.
we have to have Marshy go out into the parking lot and run a bunch of routes.
No.
Every couple seconds.
Oh,
I can't even walk right now.
Not because of you, Marshy, but so other people can see how painful it is.
Yeah.
So that when a player says I have turf toe, they're not like, come on.
Listen, turf toe is one of the worst injuries I've ever had in my life. Like, you don't know how much you need your big toe until you don't have it, till you can't use it. Like, it's awful. So, Marshy, I wish you the best, man. It's gonna take a while.
Oh, that doesn't make me
been
feel
a while.
good.
It's gonna take
fine.
probably about 4 weeks.
I told
That's
you
what I told
guys. Are you serious?
4 to 6 weeks.
You're wearing Birkenstocks for 4
I'm
weeks.
gonna try and go golf
Oh, boy.
that ain't
for my
happening.
birthday.
Good luck with that, brother.
Damn. Yeah, I put ice on my toe last night, and I felt a sharp pain go up my leg. I was like, that can't be good.
No.
Well, it's all the nerve endings. That's the worst part is when you stick your foot in ice, it's like just shoots up. It's terrible. Your brain's
Keep it in there
telling
10
you
to
it
12
doesn't like
minutes.
it.
Yeah. Shut up, brain.
Shut up, brain. Didn't ask you. It's the toe's problem, not yours.
You're not willing to help. You're not willing to help me anyways.
What are you going to do from all the way up there?
Good luck, brother.
Rory yesterday said a dumb thing.
Yeah, you got plenty of your game to worry about.
I don't know. That's so funny. Anyways, March, what's yours?
Oh, my bold prediction?
Yeah.
Ooh, I am going to go with that the Cardinals have multiple All-Stars, and one of them is J.J. Weather.
Oh. I was going to say one was Newt.
No, he won't be one of them. He won't be one of them.
Lars Newt Bar.
No.
Trust in Newt, man.
Okay.
He's healthy. He's good.
All right.
I will never
Trust him.
complain about this turf toe thing again, as Jamie said, when athletes experience it. I mean, I can't even walk right now.
Yeah.
I can't.
Like
issues, man.
But I have like a
signals
limp.
that is shooting, and you're sitting down. So
Yeah.
every time you
trying
stand
to
up
get
and walk,
my foot up right here. I was told to keep it above my heart.
don't hit it on that monitor.
No, I won't. Music might start playing.
Yeah, it might.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe it'll turn it off this time.
Sports Six Pack Part 1 is coming up next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So you have a question, send it in. Again, Sports Six Pack Part 1 next. Well, Jamie and I just called our guy Stewie. We got Stewie on the line right now. And Stewie, we haven't talked about interest rates in a while. What's going on with interest rates, and is there opportunities to take advantage of it right now?
Well, Anthony, these are the lowest rates I've seen since 2022. But don't wait on the sidelines. There's a lot happening in the world. The Iran situation, oil prices going up, inflation's creeping up. The Federal Reserve doesn't want to lower the rates. There's lots of talk amongst financial institutions that are saying, you know what, the rates may not go down in the future. If that happens and we continue on this road, you may actually see rates bounce back up a little bit. My suggestion, refinance now, take the bagel loan. It doesn't cost you anything, so you have nothing to lose. If they actually do go down in 6 months, you can do it again. Take advantage. A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. Save the $200, $300, $500 a month on the payment. It's in your pocket. It's better in your pocket than the bank's. You'll be happier for it later. And you know what? Again, if they go down, we can always do it a second time.
This is why it's important, Anthony, to listen to Stewie every week, almost every time we have him on here, because things change quickly. And right now, there's a lot of things going on, as we know. So pick up the phone and call Stewie. He's going to help you. He's going to walk you through it. And like he just said, if things go down a little while here, you refinance again, use the bagel loan, take advantage of all the excellent programs that Stewie has. But you got to call him. His number's 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call, text, day, night, doesn't matter. It's a beautiful day out. Stewie doesn't care. He said he might be tanning, but he'll take your call.
Absolutely,
no big deal at all.
yeah.
But you got to call him. You got to text him. If you can't remember that number, what can you do?
You can always Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a good one, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues have won 4 in a row. They defeated the Anaheim Ducks last night on the road, 4-0 the final. They'll head home and take on the New York Islanders tomorrow night. Pre-game for that one starts at 5:30. Puck drop is at 6:30. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Coming up next, we have part 1 of our Sports Six-Pack, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We will answer your questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut's Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 1 of the Sports Six-Pack. You're in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. You can become part of the show here. Join us, 314-399-9646, which is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you've got a question, you can send it there. Marshy, question 1, please.
Question number 1.
Well, at the NHL deadline last Friday, a lot of news being broke by all the insiders, right? A lot of people and their eyeballs all on the insiders. From the 618, what counts as an insider? Would you folks be insiders? You know a lot more than the general population.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, we're
not insiders.
Depends.
And we're dumb.
Depends. You could know some information.
You could.
Yeah, but the insiders are actively
but they're actively looking for it.
Dude, I could tell it was crazy on Friday. The amount of text messages going through to all low, like I was like, holy crow, like
yeah,
it's wild. Like,
were some of the insiders texting you?
Yeah.
There you go. See, well.
Adam Schefter's an insider. Yeah. Adam Schefter has sources everywhere. He gets inside information. So whether it's agents or team personnel or whoever that's contacting him, he has developed those relationships. Yeah. We are a talk show. We are not reporters.
I am not breaking stories.
No. Now, to Carey's point, do we sometimes get inside information based on personal relationships? Yes. That still doesn't make us insiders or reporters. This is an entertainment show.
Yeah, and even if I did, I'm not putting it on Twitter.
Right.
I'm not sending it to somebody in the media. I'm just not. I mean, like, I said this a long time ago. You know, like, I'm not a newsbreaker, a hot taker. I'm not, like, that's not my thing. I do radio. We'll break down games, talk about certain situations, evaluate trades that happen and things like, but I'm not like breaking news, and certainly on the TV side of it, it's not the insider show. So I stay out of that. Those guys can do what they want, because I've learned my lesson over the years that just stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. And that's what I do. Stay in my lane, let those guys get crapped on and do their thing. Well,
it's a challenging job.
It is, and they're all like racing to be the first one to hit send. Mm-hmm. And again, you'll see like 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, all within like a minute of each other.
Right. Yeah.
It's got to be tough crediting somebody else when you weren't the first one there, right?
I mean, that's got to, part of it though, right?
I don't know. Just messing around.
I don't know.
On to the next question.
Question 2, please.
Question number 2.
All right, from 618, what is 25's value heading into the summer? 25 is Jordan Kyrou. He got benched again the other night.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw he only had 1 shift in the third period. Was it against the Ducks?
The
Sharks. The Sharks. Yeah, Sharks.
He responded with a goal last night.
He did score a goal last night. He looked
game.
Looked really good. Why is that? Why is he the
I don't know.
The whipping boy? You're not an insider. Sorry, you didn't know. Not a newsbreaker or a hot taker.
No, I don't know. You know, like, I don't know. I think sometimes it's easier to bench certain players, but And sometimes the effort isn't there, and it requires the coach to make a decision. Now, the coach also had 13 forwards he was trying to play. That doesn't mean that was an excuse to not play Jordan Kyrou. It was a double whammy for Jordan Kyrou, meaning that if you weren't playing as much as you were, now you really don't have to because we have extra forwards. Message was sent. It was well received. Jordan Kyrou was one of the best Blues forwards the very next game against the Ducks. He had a fantastic game. Created a lot of offense, scored a goal. Could have had a couple more goals. So as long as a player responds, I'm okay with the benching or the punishment. It's when the player fails to respond or just ceases to respond, then I think there's a problem.
He doesn't seem like it. Not that it doesn't bother him, because I'm sure he's competitive as all get out. But he doesn't carry it over into the next game, if that makes sense.
He does to a certain extent, but you're right. He doesn't get overly emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Was he happy about being benched? No.
Right. I'm sure he wasn't.
He wasn't, but he's also not a guy that's going to be kicking trash cans and doing all this stuff. And he just kind of wears it, goes on about his business, and then for the most part, when he's had these situations, he's bounced back with pretty good effort. And again, to me, it's like, well, I'm sure some people, why does he have those games to begin with? Not everybody has a great day at work. Not everybody has a great day at work. And then it's how you respond the next day or in the next deal that you're making, whatever it is. It's when you sit there and don't do anything about it. It's a problem.
Question number 3.
From the 636, can you take us behind the curtain of a day in the life of the fast lane? What does show prep and everything look like?
Well, honestly, a lot of it, we all have different things going on for the station and outside of the station, so we're not on the same schedule. But typically, we all get here, obviously, before the show, and then go over. We have a working Google Doc, so people we all have an opportunity to throw different topics on there, different things we're thinking of. Sometimes it's just a link where something we all know we're going to talk about, and somebody throws a link on there with a couple of topic questions, and then it's Marsh's job to collect all of those things and then also fill in the gaps. So we didn't have an opportunity to kind of all take the opportunity to put topics on the Google Doc. Marshall will fill in the holes. He'll also have benchmarks and any sort of interviews and things that we're going to do. If we have an interview coming up, like Jamie works with Monty, so he'll throw it to our text chain, say, hey, we got Monty today at 4:30, giving all of us a heads up, which also we want to make sure that we push that out on all our socials. So it's kind of active, but we typically get on the same page right before the show, and then we just do showtime.
Yeah, and we'll workshop certain topics too. Like if I have a thought about something where I'm like, it's a thought, it's an opinion, it's not really a segment. Sometimes we'll talk and all of a sudden we've got 2 or 3 different opinions or 2 to 3 different angles. And all of a sudden that's what creates a segment. And that's when we usually say, save it. Because we here in the Fast Lane like it to be very organic. I don't want to know what Carey's thoughts are on something before we're actually on the air.
Yeah.
Because then, for me, then I can prepare, and then it feels rehearsed, and it's not sincere. And then sometimes we do all kind of get heated or whatever. Well, you can't fake that.
Right.
So when we get on the air, our opinions are exactly that. And sometimes the first time I'm hearing about what you're saying, Anthony, or what you think about it, or Carey, or me, or Marshy. And so, yeah, we put these topics together, but we don't really always know what side of the fence each guy's on.
Yeah, I credit you for that, Jamie, because Jamie, you're always like, save it. You developed the save it thing. Save it. Because when we start to go in the office, all of a sudden we're ramped up and we start to tell all of our opinions, and Jamie goes, save it, so that we can keep it organic. One thing I'll tell you, we do not do, we don't set up anything. Like, we do not set up segments. Like, and then Marsh, you say this, and then that will mean Carey will say this. Like,
Nolan Arenado.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be listening.
It would be terrible. But there are shows that have done that where it's like, hey, this is a perfect setup. You say this, and then that'll get you to say this. No.
Thanks for saying that, Anthony.
Which also leads to mistakes, which is funny for listeners.
Yeah. And one thing our show does that I truly appreciate, we wear it. There's a lot of people in radio or entertainment that if they're wrong or they screw up or whatever, they don't want to admit it or they get butthurt and things like that. We wear it.
Yeah.
We say wrong names. We say stupid things. We wear it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Kill off the wrong
Nobody's
person.
perfect. Oh, man, that was a
Yeah,
bad day.
that happens.
That did happen.
Yeah.
We've all been
Bad
there,
day.
I think.
We were sincere, though. We were very
I
sincere.
felt really bad.
No, I mean, yeah, I did too. It was the wrong guy.
What do you want me to do?
I mean, same name.
I mean, I got it right.
Different person.
Ish. I
think
just
it's
described the
different
person
spelling, too.
wrong.
Different spelling.
You know what,
It
Anthony?
A lot of people got fooled that day. A lot of people.
You can't get fooled again.
Can't get fooled again. All right, more of your sports six-pack questions coming up next. So keep those questions rolling in. 314-399-9646, part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack is next.
FanDuel is giving all customers a profit boost every single day through March 15th. From now till that final 68 is revealed, you're getting daily profit boosts for a chance at boosted winnings on your college basketball bets. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single day. Build a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout or try live betting and jump in after the tip-off. Best of all, with FanDuel, you'll get paid instantly, so don't miss out. Some of your favorite teams right now gearing up for their tournaments. You got the Illini, you got Mizzou, you got SLU. It's college basketball at its finest, and they are getting closer to that final 68 being revealed. Don't miss your opportunity to get in on the action. Just visit FanDuel.com/local to get started. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Tokens restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Zwickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 2 of the Sports Six Pack next. Or here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter. Marshy, question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, Grant Francis fan club. With today's call-up, what should Blues fans expect from Lindstein and Stenberg? And what does Lindstein coming up mean for Tyler Tucker?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. You're allowed. So for anybody wondering about the roster management right now, you can have more than the 23-man roster following the trade deadline as long as you're still cap compliant. And the Blues unloading $13 million in Justin Falk and Braden Shen, and then taking on the $4 million from Drouin. They have some flexibility there with some cap space. I would say that these two young guys are going to play. I don't see why you call them up and not play them. I think Otto Stenberg proved that he can play in the NHL. So it's going to be interesting to see where he slots in, who comes out of the lineup. Here's the tough part now, is there are going to be some really pissed off veterans, because what happens is the older guys don't get to play. I'm not talking about like your Buchnevich and things like that, like your third and fourth line veteran guys, your bottom pair veteran guys on defense. They're the ones that are compromised in this situation. I know, I've been there, and it's really tough because you might be better than the young guys that are coming up, but they have to see the young guys play. They want them to get the reps. And it's not that they don't care about winning at this point. It's the fact that it's more important for the development of the players than the overall result of the games. So as a veteran player, you're thinking to yourself, well, I want to win. This kid here makes this many mistakes. And it can be a tricky environment. This is where you really need good leadership, which is, again, we'll see how it works without Braden Shen around, because you can have guys now like angry at the young players, and not angry at them. It's not their fault, but they're angry because if I'm on an expiring contract and I need to play and show that I think now all of a sudden I'm not playing, not because the player's better than me, just because they're younger than me.
How does that work? Because the front office has indicated that they sort of want this team to lose. Do they not?
I don't know if they've indicated they want to lose.
Well, they tried to trade Colton Parayko.
I think they've indicated
Braden Shen.
They're all about development.
Sure.
It's how you word it.
I'm wording it that they intend to lose. That's how I'm wording it, based on what they've done at the deadline.
Rolly fingers over here.
Thank you. He had a pretty solid mustache. He was a good pitcher. But the team right now is winning. Like the lineup that they have right now, they just won 4 games in a row. What is the dynamic like between the players in the front office with that type of mindset? What is that like? Is it weird? Or do the players, again, know what the deal is because it is, like we've said before, just business?
Yeah, they know. They don't like it, though.
Okay.
It's an interesting... This is going to be an interesting ending to the season. If you're getting a player that is in the lineup that is under the age of 23 and they're underperforming or making mistakes and the team's losing, it's going to be really hard to be a veteran player watching that, knowing you have no chance of playing because you're too old or you're past the window that they need to see for your development.
Yeah.
It gets hard, man. It's mentally draining. Again, this is why you need good leadership. If for me, having been in this situation before, I always tried to galvanize the group and be very honest with guys. Hey, we know what the deal is here right now. We know why this is happening. Let's work with the young guys. Let's get them playing good. Let's continue to win hockey games through them. Let's continue to play well. That
would be nice.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
But it's not easy when you're talking about livelihoods and people with wives and kids and things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see where they slot in. Is Tyler Tucker the casualty? I don't know. What if it's Cam Fowler? What if they tell Cam Fowler to have a seat for a couple of games?
What do you think it'd be, Hall?
Well, it could be, but right-handed shot.
Yeah.
Lindstein is a left-handed shot.
Right.
Lindstein's a power play type guy.
Yeah.
Probably going to get some power play time. Wouldn't you want to see what Lindstein and Mayu look like?
Yeah.
I'm just saying but see, now that's where you're going to get some friction.
It's weird. Let's say it is Cam Fowler.
Yeah.
Hey, we just signed you to a multi-year deal. Sorry.
Could be.
But that's just business, Anthony.
The reason I say that, too, and I'm not targeting Cam Fowler, but the reason I say that is usually you'll put a player in who plays the very same style of game. So taking Tyler Tucker out for Lindstein, Tyler Tucker might be some of your only grit that's left. I don't really know if I want that guy out of the lineup. So it's not an even trade. And Stenberg, I mean, the forwards are rolling right now. They're scoring goals, they're playing pretty well. Where does he fit in? It's going to be interesting.
Question number 5.
All right, from the 314. Oh, this is Raider J. Should the Raiders trade the number 1 pick to the Jets for 3 more picks, get Max's replacement, and get the quarterback next year with the 7 number 1s?
No.
I wouldn't.
No, I would pick the quarterback, because if you don't get the quarterback right, and if you hate Mendoza, then this is gonna. You're not going to like this, but at some point, too, the 7 first-round picks, you could do a lot with those. Obviously, you trade up, you trade down, and all that. But if you sit and pick, at some point, all those guys, if they do work out, and they're not all going to work out,
right?
Go back and look at any first round of the last. Go back as long as you want to go back. Half of them don't work out. If they all work out, fantastic. You're also going to have to pay those guys at some point. So, no, I think if you don't have the quarterback, you're screwed.
And there's no guarantee that you're going to have the number 1 pick next year to draft the quarterback that you want, which means you're going to have to trade up, assuming that the team in front of you wants to trade up. You're going to be giving those first-round picks right back. So, I'm taking the quarterback now. You've got more than enough draft capital if you're the Raiders, and you're trending in the right direction. You're making some upgrades. You had to move on from Max Crosby. That's a win-win for both teams, in my opinion. Like, that trade actually benefits both teams. The Ravens needed somebody like that, and the Raiders need draft picks to continue to build their organization in the right direction.
Question number 6.
From the 618, when is the correct time to bust out the barbecue grill and start cooking? Am I wrong to think that you should barbecue all year long?
No, you're not wrong at all.
No, you're never wrong with that answer.
No.
Sometimes it's a little unconventional, or it's a little cold and maybe a little snow outside.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't do it.
No. Just go inside.
I don't blame you.
You could.
Let your food cook.
Yeah. I mean, the best time, of course, is when the weather starts to heat up a little bit. Nothing better
Today
than
would be a great day.
Yeah. Nothing better than mowing the lawn. Afterwards, have a couple of beers.
You can have a
grill a little bit.
Could have one while you're mowing the lawn.
I mean, you could if you're a rider. But
Mike?
No, well, yeah, Mike. Or a riding lawnmower guy, which I'm not.
Are you allowed to do that?
Is that legal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that a gray area?
I don't think that's legal.
Is it fine if you're on your own property? Because I've seen some guys doing it. Like,
I don't know.
You're operating a motor vehicle.
But does it go fast enough?
I
don't know. I've seen people get pulled over in golf
carts. Can you drive a tractor while drinking?
Yeah, but they go a little faster than that.
Just saying.
That's heavy machinery.
That is heavy machinery.
I'm just asking.
I'm going to say no on that.
Okay, well.
But I don't know.
Well, I know you can get pulled over on a golf cart. Not me personally, but I've seen it. And yeah.
You probably can, but
you have to be driving on the street.
Does. Yeah, right.
Because if your kids are in like a 4-wheeler on your property at the farm, on your property, they don't have to be 15 or 16 or whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? But if they take it out onto the street,
different story.
I think that's when it's.
Now, Happy Gilmore was arrested when he drove that golf cart off of the. He was golfing at the time and he crashed it.
Yeah.
With Eric Andre in the cart.
That was the funniest scene in that movie.
So funny.
That was the funniest scene in that movie. When he fell asleep.
Yeah.
Hey. Are you asleep? So Chad says in the snake pit. I don't know what Chad's background is, but maybe he's a lawyer or he works in law enforcement. But he says technically you can get an OVI on a mower on your own property.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Let's not find out.
Calling him a liar?
I'm not calling him a liar. I'm just saying I don't know.
He says he doesn't trust him because he doesn't know him.
Okay.
It's basically what you're saying, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
No.
Right, Anthony?
No, not at all. Biggest question of the day. Moving right on. Next on 101 ESPN.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
508, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh and Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Biggest question of the day. Marshy, hit us.
What is the best scenario for the future of the Blues? Is it to miss the playoffs, get a top 5 pick, or go on a run, become the team they were supposed to be, and make the playoffs and prove that this group can be the one that you move forward with?
Based on the direction that they're going right now with so many young players that are going to be in the lineup, it would be really advantageous for the young group to make the playoffs. That being said, we fell into this situation / trap last year. We saw them go on that unbelievable run to finish the season in the playoffs, and then expectations from all of us were higher than they probably should have been. So would a top 5 pick change a lot of things for the Blues? It would. I mean, it really would. So ideally, you want your young guys to play, and ideally, you'd like to get a top 5 pick. But if you can't do that, then having your young core of players, which is really young now, especially if you take out a couple more older guys and add in Lindstein and Stenberg, if that young group gets you to the playoffs, knowing how the odds are stacked against you right now, 8 points out currently, and somehow they get in, I think that tells you a lot about what your future holds. I think that will be a greater way of measuring the group than what it was last year.
Love the breakdown by Jamie. I would go this route, just from how I'm thinking it. You have a lot of players with no trade clauses on top of all the youth that Jamie just mentioned. So your entire roster right now is basically youth and players with no trade clauses. So what's the best case scenario? You win a bunch of fast lane games from here on out, and it winds up being, we arrived a little late in 2026. We're gonna tinker and go forward next year. That's honestly the best case scenario, because you didn't have a fire sale last week. You weren't able to. So how's the offseason going to change the outlook moving forward?
Yeah, I wonder the same thing, because if this team does go on some magical run once again and they make it to the playoffs, and then you go into the offseason and say, we're going to start over.
Right.
It's like, oh boy, that's a tough call. I think if the team makes the playoffs, it makes Doug Armstrong's job that much harder, at least for a decision. If you want to move off of some of the core pieces, like we had an idea of last week.
Yeah. Carey?
I'm conflicted. I always think winning games is the cure-all. I think it helps both with your mentality, with how you're going about your day, how you progress as a young player. I'm not a proponent of losing. I think losing sucks. With that being said, where the Blues are right now, how quickly do things change if you get a top 2 pick? Like how quickly, what changes faster if you get a top 2 pick, or if you find a way to scratch and claw and make it to the playoffs and lose in the first round again? Like, which one, chicken or the egg? Which one came first? Which one is
you may not
more
know
important?
for a while.
You don't know. Exactly, you don't know either way. So, to me, this is a difficult situation. As a player, I know the players are going to do everything they can to win every game. My question to them would be what I asked in the first segment: what the hell you been doing prior to now? Hell were you waiting on? Because and Jamie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Doug Armstrong is in the position that he was in at the trade deadline. If this team had been playing like that 3, 4, 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
No, you probably would have been a buyer at the deadline.
Exactly.
Adding to your team and doing what you can. But.
So you can be pissed off. I know we got Frank Saravelli called Doug Armstrong a loser. You can be pissed off at Doug for how, some things have gone in terms of trade opportunities or potential trades, but who's pissed off at the players for not performing at the level that needs to be consistently to be a good enough team? You're mad at certain people. You can be pissed off at whoever, but look in the mirror first and say, why the hell haven't we played this way all season? Because you're in a predicament right now, again, where you can go one or two ways. Who knows? And who knows which one is more beneficial?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody does, because they haven't showed you enough consistency to believe that if they do scratch and claw their way into the playoffs, that they won't show up the same lackluster way for the first 3 to 4 months of next season either.
Sure.
I think where I'm just confused with the whole situation is I thought this year was supposed to be the Blues' worst year of their retool.
That's what it's supposed to be.
And it is.
But the problem was the end of last year. The end of last year,
but like,
we got new information.
Yeah,
we got moved. So you have to change. I understand where you're coming from, Marsh, because you're like, well, hey, we're right on track, but you changed last year though.
I mean,
like
even Army
that
said
changed
that.
things.
Army said that at the start of the season, sitting down with a bunch of media. He said, and he was kind of like giggling at the time. He's like, I kind of earmarked this to be our worst year,
right,
through this whole process, and now here we are, we make the playoffs. He's like, and I think we should be a playoff team. Okay, obviously,
expectations change.
Expectations change, and the results weren't met.
So really,
blow it up.
They kind of put themselves in this position by being
playing
really good last year. Yeah, well, I mean, if you'd have been really good all year or really bad all year, again, I think the fool's gold kind of, like, people started buying it. Like, oh man, they're really good, and the expectations coming into this season were through the roof. And then you get smoked in the first game. You're like, oh, it's one game. Don't worry about it. And you're like, oh no. They're not good again.
It's first 2 weeks. Don't worry about it. It's first month. It's tough to get going.
Everybody's struggling. No, not really.
U.S. Thanksgiving. That's when we use that.
Yeah.
So let's just, again, if this team ends up doing what they did last year and they somehow make it close, right? Let's say they get to the playoffs. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Let's just say they do.
Worst damn thing possible.
So like, are we going to run this back again next year and say, well, this team should make the playoffs again?
No, I think you learn. I think Alex Steen would learn from that. And again, though, this is a completely different team that would make that playoff push. This would be centered around younger players, centered around, Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Pavel Buchnevich, and then all the others. The Dvorskys, the Snuggaroos, the Neighbors, Stenberg. Like, your lineup is full of younger players. So there is value in making a run like that. There is. Now, what it is ultimately, how do you quantify it? It's tough to say so. But I do know that going into the next offseason, I think Alex Steen, whatever plan they had, from now, right after the deadline, he would try and keep that. I don't think in the offseason, all of a sudden, he's like scooping up high-priced free agents because this is a team that we're going to go for it. I think it'd be very mild offseason.
Why not us, Anthony?
Why not us is right. Let's just keep winning. Solves everything. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What NFL free agent moves have we loved thus far, and which ones do we question? That's next.
What a perfect night to go home after work, maybe sit on that deck, have a nice ice-cold Zwickle Light. We're talking about firing up the grill. Well, why don't you fire up some burgers or some steaks? Have a nice cold Zwickle Light. Urban Chestnut has done an amazing job of creating this light beer. A lot of light beers, too, they don't taste like beer. They're kind of watered down, and they claim the low calories, and it's a beer. It tastes like water, not Zwickle Light. It tastes amazing. I absolutely love it. People that come over love it, and it's locally brewed, too, by St. Louisans. And one thing we know here in St. Louis is beer, and Zwickle Light is no different. It's crisp, clean, refreshing, only 95 calories, only 3.7 carbs, but again, packed full of great flavor. It's the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey. It's got to be the official beer of your household for whatever your event that is going on. Just a night after work, a birthday party, celebration of any kind, ice-cold Zwickle Light always makes it better. For more information regarding Urban Chestnut, visit urbanchestnut.com. Again, that's urbanchestnut.com. And keep it light, keep it local.
It's the Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. So which free agent NFL deals do we like? Which ones do we question? I tend to go with the teams that are building through the trenches. So the Raiders handing a big deal to Tyler Lindenbaum, I think that's an excellent move. Now, did they pay him a lot to do so? Yeah, but in free agency, you're going to have to pony up. You're going to have to beat the market price for somebody. But I tend to go with the teams that build from the inside out. So the Ravens doing what they're doing with trading for, he's not free agent deal, but trading for Max Crosby, or the Raiders signing former Raven center Tyler Lindenbaum. I really like that one. I get the Chiefs move too, going to a skill position player, but I get the Chiefs move of bringing in Kenneth Walker. I mean, they have not had a true
like that one.
Number one back since Isaiah Pacheco has been banged up the last couple of years.
I do like that. I love that move. I think it's it's going to help them offensively. He did a great job last year, as you said, in splitting time and playoff time. He showed his worth and his value, and obviously was the NFL for the Super Bowl MVP. I like what the Raiders have done as well. I like the addition of Linderbaum. I think that's going to help Francisco Mendoza if and when they draft him number 1 overall. The Tennessee Titans, that's a bit confusing. That pickup of Wan'Dale Robinson for that amount of money feels like a lot of. Maybe they know more than I do. I'm sure they do. And then the Alec Pierce one with the Colts was also you're re-signing a player that was already on your roster, but to $116 million. Yeah. I don't know what the guaranteed numbers are, but he's going to be making.
Who is paying Alec Pierce $116?
I don't know.
I'm with you on that.
He's going to be making about $35-40 million a year for the next couple of seasons. Because it's a 4-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. That was intriguing to me.
Yeah.
So
to say the least,
that one, those two for me were the ones that I'm. Did I call him Francisco Mendoza?
Did you?
Did I?
I missed it.
Oh no, Fernando Mendoza. Grand Francis Fan Club. Thank you. I didn't do it again. That would be my first time.
Yeah. But once you do it once, then you do it a couple of times. No, it's Fernando. It's Fernando Mendoza. It's much easier after you do it once, Jamie.
Clearly.
You're absolutely right. By the way, the Seahawks, this just in, Adam Schefter reporting the Seahawks are bringing back wide receiver Rashid Shaheed to a 3-year deal, $51 million, including $34.7 million guaranteed. That's a lot for
good for him.
For a player that
number 2
is
number 3
a vertical threat. Now, he did have big moments, such as bringing back the opening kickoff in the game against the playoff game against the 49ers, but wow, that is a lot.
Jordan Davis got a lot of money too.
He did.
$78 million, 65 of it guaranteed.
Yeah.
Good for him, man. Like really, really good for him. Like first round draft pick, there were questions about his weight, his ability to play, multiple downs. He was usually a first down, second down guy, got to get out. He got himself together last offseason, and he got paid handsomely for it, so good for him.
I also like what the Raiders have done overall. We mentioned Linderbaum, but in the last hour or so, they signed linebacker Nakobe Dean, formerly of the Eagles, and they agreed to terms with Quay Walker, formerly of the Packers. So they're building up their front seven. We mentioned the offensive line selection. I really like what the Raiders have done. They also signed Payne, formerly of the Colts, to a 3-year deal. Now, are they overpaying some of these guys? Sure, but
sometimes if you're in their situation, you might have to.
Yeah, you typically have to. Now, the other questionable deals outside, I agree. The Alec Pierce one, that one was head scratching to say the least. The Titans giving Wan'Dale Robinson what they gave him, $78 million, I think it was, for Wan'Dale Robinson. We're not talking about a prototypical number 1 here. It's somebody that's undersized, who had a really good year last year. Don't get me wrong, a really good year. But I don't know if he's commanding $78 million on the open market in most off seasons. I was surprised by that one.
He had 140 targets. He was their number 1 receiver.
He was their number 1 receiver.
1,040 yards. Again, kudos to all the gentlemen that are getting paid handsomely today. Yeah. I can't knock it, man.
One guy that is being paid handsomely, but just not by the team he signed with is Tua.
Where's he at?
The Dolphins cut him today.
What?
And there was one team that was they was dying.
Chomping at the bit.
Oh, man. They got in line. They go, we are the first ones. Now, if they bothered to turn around, nobody else was behind them. But the Falcons signed Tua Tagovailoa to a one-year contract. They ain't paying him anything, nor should they. But so he'll get a chance to start and maybe be the franchise quarterback for a head coach that only likes QBs who can't play.
But if you're Tua, and look, let's throw a little bit of respect his way. If you're Tua, why would you sign with Atlanta? Like, probably the only team that was calling so far. Mm-hmm. But why would you not step back and think about all the reclamation projects over the last 4 or 5 years in the NFL, and then beg to go be the backup at one of these other places and learn and get better and maybe have a resurrection of your career in a year or two?
Sure.
Like, I don't know why you go to Atlanta. I just don't know what...
Where dreams go to die?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like they have an elite offensive guy that's going to, like, Stefanski? Like,
it's not even Stefanski. It's freaking Tommy Reese.
Okay, Tommy Reese.
They got weapons, though, man.
To your point, Jamie.
They got weapons.
To your point.
You got Drake London. You got Bijan Robinson. Kyle Pitts. Anyone?
I just think it's...
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good fit.
No, Jamie's right. But it's a good fit in that he'll start. And again, Stefanski.
And I'm sure he wants to be a starter, even if it's for a limited time. You get 6 weeks to prove that you're capable, and it's a 1-year deal.
Or prove that you don't belong in the league.
Maybe. And then you'll still be a backup somewhere.
Yeah. Here's my hope. As a Falcon fan, the writing isn't on the wall for Penix. Now, it shouldn't be because Tua's in. But I could see Tua fooling some of the idiots down there. And they say, well, we're going to just move on from Penix. I don't know what Michael Penix is. I know what Tua is. Tua is a smaller QB who can't throw more than 4 feet. He'll throw it accurately, but he can't throw more than 4 feet. Guy's a jet if I've ever seen one. Guy's a Brown. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's totally a Brown.
And maybe that's why Stefanski got confused. But again, didn't cost him anything. Cost them nothing. And they need a bridge quarterback. Have they found their quarterback of the future? No. No, they have not. There you have it.
Good for them, man.
No, not good for them.
No, good.
You're in good hands, Anthony.
We're not.
Tua.
We're really not.
Good hands.
He'll get hurt first game. Then they'll be really screwed. Man. Oh, what? Like he doesn't have an injury history?
Don't wish that on him.
Which one of them?
Thank you. Thank you. How'd you guys like the Mike Evans signing?
I love it for San Fran. I think especially with a quarterback like Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan, I think that's going to work out.
He is cute.
What did he say?
What did I say?
He said a cute quarterback.
Cute? Accurate. That's it, cute?
You did.
What the hell's wrong with me? He is cute.
He's a good-looking guy.
A little baby face on him, you know? Cute little guy. Like when he does his little touchdown dance, you know. Whatever, dude.
It's been a long day for Jamie. Jamie got off the plane about 6:30 this morning, so
I'm battling.
You're doing great, man.
I'm paddling uphill here.
You're doing great. All right. Anybody else? Sure, we'll talk a little bit more NFL tomorrow.
Any other deals?
Yeah. All right. There you have it. To wrap up this show next on 101 ESPN.
Right now, new FanDuel customers get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. If your bet loses, here's how it works. Place a tournament bet using the token. And if that doesn't win, you'll get $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. That's 10 chances to play all tourney long, from game props to money lines to spreads, totals, futures, and more. You can even mix things up with the same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to fill out your bracket, FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the action day after day. So visit FanDuel.com/local to sign up today. FanDuel, It's time to dance. Must be 21 plus and present in Missouri. Must apply select token each day. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. We are off early today. Our final segment will be coming up next. We have Southern Conference Championship, the Southern Conference Championship game tonight on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5:45. Tip-off will be at 6. Tomorrow, we will have the Blues and the Islanders right here on 101 ESPN. An early pregame for that one as well. 5:30 pregame with the puck drop at 6:30. If you missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We'll wrap up the show next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct.
All right, if you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast, available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tower Order Center's mobile app. The podcast brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Off a little bit earlier tonight because we've got some college basketball tip-off at 6 o'clock. 5:45 is the pregame, the Southern Conference Championship pregame, right here on 101 ESPN. Carey, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Andrew Marsh is going to be in pain for about 4 to 6 weeks.
No! Yep. I was hoping it'd only be a week.
Diagnosed today.
Good luck, brother.
Marsh?
I learned that we might have a ghost in the studio playing music in our ears because I'm pretty sure all of us have our computers on mute.
Yep.
Correct.
And for some reason,
correct.
We keep hearing music. At least Carey keeps hearing the music. I've actually been complaining about this for a while now, thinking that I've been hearing things. I just haven't said anything. So now that Carey has heard it as well, something's going on.
I heard it for a second, and so did Jamie. There's that one segment that we both heard something going on here.
What the heck is going on here?
Yeah. Jamie, what did you learn?
I learned that Carey doesn't really care about St. Louis teams winning.
Oh, wow.
That's harsh.
I mean,
not true.
Just got to go back and listen to the first segment.
But it's harsh. It's fair.
Very true. What I learned was somebody very near and dear to Marsh was actually the culprit behind Marsh getting hurt.
Oh, no.
Who was it?
I won't mention her name. But
No.
Really?
No.
Somebody was in attendance.
Someone who's very supportive of Andrew.
Yep. Somebody. First time.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Marsh won't say it.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Nobody's safe.
It's not the first time that she has supported me.
First time she brought it up, though.
First time for ball hockey.
Exactly. What happened? What's going on with your toe?
It's all messed up.
It's all mangled.
All
Thank you.
jacked up.
Yeah. Can you walk?
I can walk. I can't walk well.
That's correct.
Now, here's the thing, Marsh. Be careful, because when you walk funny because of your toe, other things start compensating. So if it's your left foot, your right hip might be off because your gait gets off. Like you start walking weird, then your right knee, your left foot is hurting, so you don't want to walk on it. Lower back, knee.
What do you recommend? Like a cane? Do I need to walk in with a cane?
You need a boot. You need a walking boot. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You keep that thing in a walking boot.
I got one.
You have one?
I think so, yeah.
You can bring it in tomorrow. That'd be great. I'll walk around with one.
Yeah. They're very comfortable.
Maybe I'll.
They aren't, actually. They're terrible,
Would be
man.
better if I wore rollerblades. I could just rollerblade around.
Yeah, you should have Heelys. You should have those little Heelys.
Heelys.
Remember those?
No.
They're like
You put your
like
heels
these
up
shoes,
and you ride.
It's got the little holes underneath them.
Yeah.
Kids are firing around the mall in them and stuff.
Yes, I do remember those. When I broke my heel, thanks to Lair, they put, like, once I could start walking and stuff, they put, like, a little plastic piece into the cast under the bottom.
Yeah.
It was like a little, like, that thing hurt, too, anytime you step on it.
That's not fun.
Like,
I don't know why they would do that.
nobody else came up with something. I mean, it was the 90s, but it wasn't like we were in the 30s.
You're lucky you had a cast.
No kidding. No kidding.
Catch me, Lair.
It's like a warm
Catch me, Lair.
Larry, I'm jumping.
Lair, what are you doing? Lair turned his back. That's when Ranthony started. That was the origin of Ranthony.
Well, yeah, we didn't know. Yeah, we didn't know at the time. Yeah. Hey, just wanted to share some sad news, and certainly the Leuven family is in our thoughts today. But for those that didn't see earlier, St. Louis City SC had posted that Leuven's wife had passed away today from a 2-year battle with cancer. So certainly, again, from our Fastlane family to the Leuven family and the City SC family, we certainly share our thoughts and prayers with the family. As again, his wife passed away today, which is just tragic news and certainly heartbreaking. So, just wanted to share our thoughts before we signed off for today. Yeah. All right. No easy transition here, but Marsh, you do have some 3 stars here.
I do.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
Third star of the day goes out to cute quarterbacks. Not accurate quarterbacks, but cute quarterbacks, according to Jamie Rivers.
Cute little cheeks.
Hey, cute little guy.
Second star goes out to Gauntlet intestines. Not contestants, but
Not
intestines.
contestants, but intestines.
It happens.
And our first star of the day goes out to the Wright State Raiders.
The Wright State Raiders. Yeah, it took a while for you guys to figure out.
Sure did. Every team in the conference, but
Almost.
pretty close.
Yeah.
Boy. All right, that'll do it for us. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock for Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Southern Conference Championship pregame is next. See you.